And video is recording.
They play it at the same time. Yeah, it's worse.
1, 2, 3, go.
Yeah, that's good.
That one wasn't even playing.
Bugs. Hey, buddy.
Hi, guys.
That was good.
You nailed it.
But you won't do monkey business.
Big tit ladies.
Yeah, I don't have all these ones that Brandon has.
Do monkey business.
Oh, would you like me to park your car?
What was that one?
I don't know. These are mine.
Sweet ham.
I don't know.
These are ones that you've recorded?
I guess, yeah. All right. Sorry, Lucas. And the dick is in.
That's good.
That's what
good.
I say, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You're always playing that NBA draft pick every time you have sex.
I made myself cry. That's good.
That's
was
so
funny.
Stupid.
Damn it, he's dead. Maybe the dumbest thing I've ever said.
How we starting this bitch?
Big tit ladies.
No, not like that. Are we doing ham horn again?
Well,
Seems obvious.
you had an idea.
I don't remember what it was. I was thinking of it on the way over, but I couldn't really flesh it out. The only thing I can think of is
Flesh?
Flesh? Oh, right. I said that.
What if we do like a talk show?
A talk show?
Yeah, like a radio show or something where we're interviewing someone.
Yeah, what if we have this radio show? We're also doing a job interview.
No, you can interview somebody on the radio.
I'm just saying that we
For
have
a
like
job.
2 ideas every intro we do, and it's radio and an interview for a job.
That's the point.
Yeah,
What if
so
we
them
do?
both.
But yeah, we do a radio job interview for an
And at the end,
astronaut.
You're like, what's your name? And he goes, Space Chimps. And he says, I'm Space Chimps too.
That's exactly.
What did we do that for
was
last
the
time?
idea I had to.
What did we do that for last time?
Fuck, what was it?
What was the sequel we watched? Because we did this.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was.
Birdemic too? Yeah, I think
That's
so.
what it
Yeah,
was.
that's
Yeah.
right,
So I
that's
think
right.
that's what we should do. 2 people are interviewing for an astronaut job at a radio over the radio.
Uh-huh. Caller number 1. What are your qualifications?
That's pretty good.
How do you interact with Globhoppers?
Globhoppers.
But we should make up more and more things.
Okay. That's a good idea.
So who's our radio DJ?
I can do that.
Lucas usually is.
Okay.
Okay. You're a radio DJ that is interviewing us.
Ginger, get out of
We-
here.
Interviewing as a team?
No. We're interviewing for the same astronaut position, but there's only one.
And they're pitting us head to head against each other in the
Yes.
interview process.
Yes, exactly.
Traditionally how it's done in the free market.
Okay. I'm down with that.
I just
in
woke
my
up from a
comfy
nap,
big
so
shirt.
I need to figure it out here.
Wake up and it's nice to meet you.
Look at how wide I look right now doing this. Like
Do
how
you-
small my head is on the screen.
I'm wide.
So thin compared to how wide my body is
I'm
right now.
trying. I'm looking scrawnier now. Yeah, that's good.
Okay. All right, I'm ready.
I was looking at Seth earlier like this.
He was. No, your hands were flat though. They were doing this one. Yeah.
Fluttering my eyelashes. I was so shreepy.
Streaming. All right.
Big tit shreepy.
Are we really doing the radio
Yeah.
job? Okay. My only idea is ever to
It's-
just interrupt you
It's
guys. when you're doing
1059 Sex FM.
something. The fuck.
The fuck. interviewing. JoJo Candles is interviewing. us for one position
What a great name.
at NASA for an astronaut.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
All right, Lucas, you ready?
Oh yeah.
Oh
Play?
yeah, Blair. 1, 2, 3, play.
Blah, blah, blah. You heard that? You're listening to 105.9 Fuck FM, the sex. I'm your host, JoJo Candles, spinning it live with me. You know my side host, the midget, the Goblin King himself. He's not here this week. Justin is out this week of the office, so if you're looking for the Goblin King, you won't find him. You'll find me though, balls deep in some information. JoJo Candles coming at you live. You just heard us play the B-52s. We're playing the B-52s all day long. But first, we have our first special segment. For some reason, JoJo Candles, am interviewing our next NASA astronaut candidates for their next mission. And we have here our two final candidates. Would you like to introduce yourselves, fellas, here alive on the fuck?
Hey,
Go ahead.
I will go first.
Okay.
My name is Barbecue Simpson. Wanted to be an astronaut since about 24 hours ago. I saw a movie.
Barbecue Simpson, when'd you lose your virginity?
Woo! It was also yesterday. I felt like I was in space the whole time, and I just want to recreate that feeling that I'm always chasing.
I like this guy. He can fly.
And
What about you, Mr. Wide Boy?
And my name is Alan the Showdown McDanielsonsville.
Ooh,
And I'm happy to
sounds
be
made up.
here.
Sounds like you made that up, son.
This guy's last name was Barbecue.
Oh, it's my first name,
Oh.
you ingrates.
Welcome
Come
to
from the proud Simpson family.
Mr. William
I'm happy to be here.
Gillsberg, when did you lose your virginity?
I lost my virginity in 1997. I was 2. It was awesome.
23 years, 26 years of laying pipe. Folks, these are our candidates. And we're going to send them both to space, courtesy of Fuck FM 105.9. You both won a trip as your job to space.
It was an
Both
easy
won the
interview.
return.
Wow. Wait, what? What was that second part?
Have a fun flight, boys.
What?
They say no refund?
Mom, I love you. I honestly think that was better than the intro we were going to be doing. Because we were going to do the... And what's your name, sir? And it was Space Chimps and Space Chimps 2.
Oh, I totally forgot about that.
I stopped talking. I didn't want to do it.
But it was an
You guys-
awesome one.
You
You
guys
nailed
both
it
made
as the
different
radio.
names as well.
Well, when he didn't say Space Chimps,
Yeah.
I was like, well, I can't do that.
Yeah, I forgot about it apparently immediately.
We all
Both of you guys did.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I just kind of alluded to what we're doing this week. It's yeah. Not like I'm eluding someone.
No, I'm just saying that you didn't allude.
I
to
literally
it.
said it.
Yeah.
I said what we're doing this week.
We're doing
Yeah.
yee yee.
Whoa.
And the yeah.
Yee Yee is a film I would like us to do at one point.
Let's do it for my birthday.
You already just told me minutes ago, hours
Don't
ago,
spoil.
what yours is gonna be.
Nobody else gets to know.
Really?
Hamburger.
Hamburger. We're doing
Called
hamburger.
It's called hamburger.
Actually, Seth had an idea. Because I asked him, I was like, "Hey, when are we gonna finish the Santa Clauses? Because we still have one more episode of that to do."
We haven't done the finale.
And so he's like, "Maybe my birthday? I don't know." But we are doing a sequel for something that we've done. Coming back to us is the Space Sluts.
Monkey business. It plays this week.
Just for you that time, because you love that one.
And because it plays this week.
And it does play
plays.
this week. Actually, you're right.
It tracks.
But so I've got some questions for you guys real quick before we get into it.
This can't be near me.
Question number 1.
I will fit.
Oh, get it? Yeah, man. Question number 1. Do you like the ham horn?
Yes.
No.
Oh. I mean.
Sweet ham.
Nope. Hold on.
Wrong ham.
There we go.
So that's question number 1. Number 2, do you guys like Freznar? Do you like getting frezzed?
No.
No Frez. Quit
Sorry.
playing the Uncle Nick.
Sorry.
Do you like getting frezzed, Seth?
Yeah.
Well, if you've answered yes to liking the ham horn or getting frezzed in some fucking Freznar, some freckin' Freznar,
Got
you've
Frez
come to the
this weekend.
right place. This is the good, the bad, and the movies.
Freznar.
Freznar. And this week we watched a sequel for one of Seth's favorite films of all time, Space Chimps. We watched Space Chimps 2, Zartog Strikes Back from 2010.
We did.
He did.
Jinjo, you gotta quit opening the door.
Lucas
And
watched it a second time.
that is true. You've seen before, Lucas?
I have seen before, Brandon.
And-
For some reason, the Space Chimps, which we know as it's kind of like a totemic piece for us in this podcast, because it's such a
Good
lightning
word.
rod for Seth and such a low bar for me and you, that I do occasionally like to torture myself by like watching either like, you know, a Space Chimps 2 on a Saturday afternoon or the new Wes Anderson last week, just to kind of see if my tastes are still put off as much as they are. The
And
Wes Anderson one, well, we'll get there for this thing. But for Wes Anderson, he's still dog shit. I did not like the French Connection.
are you going to watch
It was
Asteroid City?
Stupid and silly. Yeah, I probably will.
French Dispatch?
French Dispatch, yeah. French Connection's cool.
What's French Connection? Is that a different movie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from the 70s.
I like French Dispatch.
The French Connection was like a big-time Oscar-nominated
Yeah, it's
film.
William Friedkin. Yeah.
But yeah, so we're gonna bring
Oh,
back
yeah.
Space Chimps with Space Chimps 2. Before we get into it, we're drinking beers. Space Month. I had to try and find something that had either a monkey theme or I tried to think of a pork theme for ham. It's like a pork flavored beer.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
But or space. And so I found one from Neptune's Brewery. It's called the Pine Creek Lodge. It's a pale ale. It is 6.1% alcohol, 40 IBUs.
Damn.
The CERMS is 9. What is CERM?
Shit, I had to look it up last time too, didn't I?
None of us can ever remember. It's out of Livingston, Montana. Specifically 119 North Livingston Street,
You doxed me.
Montana 59047. Phone number 406-222-7837 if
the
you guys are
color.
interested. Oh, it's the color, so it's very light.
Yeah, that's what color the beer is, I guess.
Okay. How high does it go? 1 to 40?
40, yeah.
What a weird scale.
40's me.
That's the Big Rog scale of beers.
Yeah,
Wrong.
big
Oh,
rock. I'm drinking a
mm.
Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar and cream soda.
Nice.
And cream soda?
That's
So
interesting.
it's all in one drink, yeah.
Okay.
It's not
I wanna be
not as hoppy as a normal IPA is. Try it.
the biggest
Well, yeah, it's
Rog.
a soda.
No, not yours. Oh, get that deep breath. God, maybe not that deep.
Cut that.
Yeah. Thoughts?
It's all right.
You have a bunch of thoughts. Okay. And so with that, we can get into the movie.
Moogie.
Our director today for Space Chimps 2 is John H. Williams, who Seth thought was
H is
John
important.
Williams.
Yeah.
He's like, hey,
You
who
never
did
think there'd be a more
who
important
did the
H.
Indiana Jones and Jurassic Park? I was like, Steven Spielberg. He's like, no, the music. And I was like, John Williams, not H.
I think it's tough to go from composing to directing.
Probably.
know. I know John Carpenter composes and scores all of his own movies, which is fucking sick.
That is sick. I didn't know that.
Ben Zeitlin, who did
Moon's over Miami.
no, Beast of the Southern
Shit.
Wild. Yeah, he totally did that. Wait, he did Beast of the Southern Wild, did the music and the directing and the writing and the casting and the editing and the producing.
Damn.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Auteur.
It was
One of my favorite new up and coming directors, Boots Riley, was a rapper before.
That's a
I think he
hell of a
still
name.
is.
yeah, that does
Yeah.
sound familiar. Is that where I
Boots
would
Riley.
Boots?
I know.
Dummy.
He's
But John H. William. This is the only thing he's done.
Is
Just
that
Space Chimps 2?
so, Brandon?
It is so.
Did he write something else?
This is the only thing he's directed, is what I will say.
Okay,
As a director, this is it.
agreed.
And then as far as writers go, you've got it's just Robert Moreland, and Robert Moreland has done a movie called Space Marines.
That's right.
He did Ground Control.
Yeah, he's a space junkie.
He did Space Chimps.
Yeah.
He did Thunder Pig.
Thunder Pig?
Yeah, Thunder Pig.
I think the writing consistency between Space Chimps 1 and 2 is pretty similar. I could tell, like, even though we'll get there that they're recasting of Ham, that the Ham was still clearly written the same way.
Yeah, and I hated it.
But yeah.
And then go on, Seth.
No,
You're giving me some tasteful side eye here.
Not tasteful.
Oh, I could taste it.
I just didn't think the writing was as good in the second one.
Well, it's the same guy.
Boned in.
Might not be
maybe.
as good, but I think it's the same style.
Same style.
I can agree with that.
And then the last two
Might
big
be
things
better.
Robert Moreland's done is Happily Never After.
I love that movie.
I know you have. And No Malone.
I've seen Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of. I don't know if I've seen No Malone.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Romeo and Juliet either, but
I
There's
really have
another
seen
one, I
like
think.
every one of those movies in that
all
in
of those
that
stupid
range.
animated ones.
03 to 13 or something.
Hoodwinked.
Hoodwinked I've seen. That was a banging movie.
Hoodwinked is actually pretty good.
Yeah. That's just
Planet 51.
That sucked. It's bad.
Dougal.
Dougal slaps.
Every time Dougal comes back up when we talk
My
about
eyes light up. It's like seeing the sun for the first time.
Seeing
Life-giving.
Kilowatt light up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like that.
And then a cast for you guys today. Not Andy Samberg. You've got Tom Kenny. You've got SpongeBob as playing Ham.
Oh, okay.
Shit.
It's
Shit.
Ham.
it's
Ham.
I mean, I remember when I watched it the first time, I was laughing when I heard this obvious fucking four-eyed pocket protector pretending to be this cool ass monkey. Doesn't work. I'm sorry.
It's funny because
Andy
getting
Samberg has a certain bravado and charm.
he
to
does.
it.
And
I get saved to like the 0.9 rated movie I rated.
Yeah. I was asking Brandon during the Space Chimps too. I was like, do you think this will make Lucas appreciate the first one more or hate it even more? And we're
Interesting.
finding out. Yeah.
It's funny because the movie, getting ahead of ourselves, the movie starts with like Comet, the monkey, the chimp, talking about what happened in the first movie, and they show some clips of the first movie, but they couldn't even just recycle those clips being in the same franchise. They had to re-voice over Ham's character with Tom Kenny. They couldn't use Andy Samberg again.
I mean, that would be weird too. If
Then
it was
he's
Andy
got-
Samberg and then it's a different guy.
In the intro. And
It
then
is
Tom
already
Kenny.
weird.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
true.
weird.
It sucks. And then you've
They should
also
have killed him off instead.
Yeah. Then you've got Zach Shada, you've got Patrick Warburton, Cheryl Hines, Carlos Alazraki, Laura Bailey, Stanley Tucci, Jane Lynch, and the other one replacing Zartog. No more Jeff Daniels.
Yeah, no, Jeff
It's
Daniels.
Mr. John DiMaggio.
Another voice acting titan. I would say it's probably cheaper to go from movie stars to TV voice actors.
Oh, 100%.
And what 6-year-old's going to know the difference?
I mean, I think we would, all of us.
Yeah, this 26-year-old would.
Yeah. 26-year-olds would know. One of them would know.
The only 26-year-old here.
No, I'm like if there were 26-year-olds in a room,
Oh, one of them would know.
one of them would know.
Ooh.
They're like, wait, this character doesn't have as much bravado as previous.
Yeah, where's his charm?
This character is lacking bravado and charm. What the hell?
Get that kid in film school.
Get him in jail. He knows too much.
It's lacking some verve. Please, give me back, Ham. Jinjo.
Hi, buddy.
He's so clear right now.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know. And then a plot for you guys today. The longest plot I've ever seen. It's probably because IMDb had such little information that this was like a hand typed out
The
plot.
whole plot
Oh,
is in the title.
Zartog Strikes Back, yeah.
Yeah.
But they put Comet the cool techno chimp.
He wasn't cool.
I know, right?
Did Comet write this?
Who longs to be
Did
taken
Comet write this?
his
The
sly, the cool techno chimp
When was he
who
ever
longs to
techno?
be taken seriously as a full-fledged spaceship, journeys to the fantastical planet Malgor and bonds with the adorable alien Kilowatt, living out his ultimate fantasy.
No, Kilowatt wrote this
However,
then.
it's time for Comet to prove himself when the feared alien ruler Zartog takes over mission control. Comet must show he has the right stuff and join
The
fellow
Wii
chimps
remote.
Ham, Luna, and Titan to save the day. A very obvious Wii remote.
I guess it was 2010.
Yeah. Because when did the Wii come out? Like 08?
Oh,
Yeah,
08 or
somewhere around
07.
there. Yeah.
Cashing in on Wii Sports. They're like, we need this product placement.
Yeah. It is a
They
long
nailed
one. I
it.
think Seth's right. There is a difference between techie and techno. He's not techno.
No,
He's got like a
and he's not
EDM
cool.
monkey.
I was gonna say, oh no, I was gonna say house monkey, because like it's house music.
That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
Yeah,
you say
but
that.
it can't do that though. It's
You're canceled.
something else. Yeah,
You're fired.
I'm fired from being a
You're
guest. You fired.
You fired. What?
That guy's so chill.
Trump.
Yeah.
The guy that was in The Apprentice. What was his name? What if he called people other things besides fired? You know,
You're
You're
terminated.
you're gay. Yeah, that's exactly
the
what I was
Apprentice-
thinking.
That's
Actually,
the Apprentice. He's just outing people
Yeah.
out of the closet.
You've seen that that sketch, right? Where the guy's like, "Thank you for coming to the annual company outing," and they're all, "Woo, thank you," and he just goes, "Derek,
funny.
you're gay."
Oh,
He
I
goes,
have seen
what?
this. I didn't know.
That's Tim Robinson too.
Yeah. I started watching I Think You Should Leave.
Did you first season or like third?
Last
season?
night in bed, third season, episode 1 and half of the second.
Ooh, I would start with the first season.
Well, too bad. I'm already started on the third.
That's fair. I just think the first season is a lot more palatable.
But I'm somebody that sends TikTok clips of season 3 to you. I think I'll palate it just fine.
That's true.
You know my humor.
You seem to like it already. Yeah. Alright.
And the only reason I'm watching it is because my dad recommended it. to
No,
me.
that's so fucked up. That's so fucked up. I've been recommending this show for like a
That's weird.
year.
my
That
dad
sucks.
texted me because it's on Netflix. He's like, "Hey, have you heard of the show I Think You Should Leave?" I was like, "With Tim Robinson?" I have. He's like, "I think you should watch it." I was like, "Okay."
That's
I think you should
I was
watch
like,
Birth.
he definitely thinks
Yeah,
you
he-
should
A
watch
week
Birth.
later, it's still rattling around in my head.
That's a long
I think
time.
I think it's gotten better over the week. I've just been thinking about it.
The,
That's my
the thing.
opinion.
The thing with
Maybe I'll
birth
watch
is
Birth,
that
actually.
when you watch it, you think about it for 9 months, a full gestational period.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So he's going to be bringing it up a bunch. That would be crazy.
To
She met him
reverse
after
the
10
birth.
years, so it might be 10 years.
He was tenured.
We'll have to get Brandon's dad to recommend it to him, so he'll watch it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I only did that out of spite of you. I was planning on watching it anyway,
Yeah.
but then when my dad said that, I was like, I have to start it tonight.
Yeah, because it'll be funny.
It is hilarious.
It is funny.
Hey, Brandon, there's this great 1930s movie, Son, directed by Lenny Riefenstahl. It's called Triumph of the Will. You'd be like, okay, Pop.
Yeah, that's on
That's the
Netflix.
Nazi
You should
movie.
check it out. That's the Nazi movie.
Yeah.
The one that he's been trying to get us to do on here.
My non-super like
Yeah.
movie dad just, hey, you should
Yeah.
watch this 1930s film, Triumph of the Will.
I think you
He's
should
a
do more of
Nazi.
Werner Herzog. Yeah, your dad's a Nazi. Is that what's
Shit.
happening?
Sorry, Dad.
Sorry.
No, he's chill.
It's a company outing.
He's one of the cool Nazis.
I
Chill.
don't like
Like
that.
He's got
Hugo Boss.
shades on.
He's like a chill techno.
Yeah, he's flipping a nickel and chewing on a toothpick somewhere out there.
Dude, Snedeker, that is German.
It
We've
is.
we've always decried my Nazi roots, but we've little paid attention to Brandon's.
Pretty sure my last name's German too, and I'm blonde
Ooh.
with blue eyes.
Yeah.
I guess, do you have blue eyes too, Lucas?
He sure
Is that
does.
blue? Yeah. Did they used to be a bright baby blue and they kind of dulled with your soul over the years? Is that just me?
His eyes are black.
That's rude.
Yeah. No, I was trying to relate. I'm sorry. This is a rude
Oh,
thing to say to
they-
your friend.
Did they used to be like really beautiful and blue,
Did
and
you
now they
used to
just
be
look
happier?
like they look like shit now?
I don't.
That's okay.
I didn't
I
think
see.
of
I
it,
know
Matt.
what you're saying.
I didn't think of it rude either. I was just like, I'm
You're
sorry.
approaching it from yourself. You're beautiful
Yeah.
too.
Thank you.
Sometimes when you blink,
You're beautiful.
my soul shudders. Yeah. What's
Because they're gone.
what's the thing? What's the next thing?
History.
Yeah. Where were we?
History.
Cool techno monkey.
There's no history.
Cool techno history.
There's no history.
I have a little
Everyone's
bit of history,
dancing.
yes.
Go
I
ahead.
think
Christopher
and
guessed.
just in my little research, Lord Christopher guessed. I found that the director of this movie owns the Vanguard production company that made it. He's owned it for a long time. Vanguard
Oh.
Productions. So it
Okay.
seems to me like they were a partner on the first movie. He's done all sorts of stuff like Shrek and all that. And they're like, well, no one wants to fucking direct this. And he's just like, might be $20 million. Fuck it, I'll go for it. Let me at her.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's a perfect segue into might be $20 because it's budget time. Box in the budget box.
It's an interesting one.
And to give you a little refresher, I pulled up the original Space Chimps budget.
Okay,
What do you
was it
think
like
the
18?
original Space Chimps cost? 18?
I was gonna say 12.
37 million.
Oh my god.
Bad.
37 million. It made 7.2 in the opening weekend, made 30.1 in US and Canada total, and then worldwide made 65.1. So it did make money back. But 37 million is quite a lot for what year did that come out? 08? 08. That movie was only an hour and 21. This one was only an hour and 16. They make short films over there. So
They
what do
do.
we my fellow space sluts, what do we think the budget of this movie was?
Who are you asking first?
Seth.
9.
Yeah, they did slash prices. They don't have to pay a lot. I'm gonna say it looked like shit. I'm gonna say 8.
They talked about budget cuts in the film.
Yeah,
Like directly.
that was a meta reference.
Jokes on you, I couldn't find a budget.
That's a good joke.
Got you.
Got
Lucas
him.
laughed.
Yeah, he did.
They did.
He did.
Yeah. I
I think
didn't.
it might be around there. It was incredibly cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Remember that JPEG?
Yeah, I
Except
do
that-
remember the JPEG.
Malgor looked better though.
Might have looked a little better.
Malgor didn't look better. It was all bad.
It was, yeah, I mean. did
And
it-
that weird one little space montage looked good too.
Yeah, that's what we were. The very beginning and the end credits. Like that picture of Earth in the end credits looked better than anything I'd seen the whole movie.
I mean,
I
it
think
might have
that-
been like 15 then. I don't know.
I think the end credits were like literally just feed
Photos.
from satellites. Because then the next part of the credits was just a picture of like another
A
galaxy,
nebula,
a
yeah.
nebula, yeah.
A space monkey.
There's a space monkey. There's just a picture of him.
But, and I don't have opening
Space
weekend
monkey.
or US and Canada, but I do have a worldwide for you.
That funky monkey.
Ooh.
So, Lucas.
I want to say 2 million.
I'm gonna say you're trying to trick us again.
There's a worldwide.
And 0 million.
Okay. I'll
Final
let you guess
answer.
that. Okay.
0 million.
Our winner today is Lucas.
Damn it. How close?
0.1. No, I'm kidding. It's
You'd have won.
4.3 million.
Okay.
Worldwide?
Yeah.
Damn.
And it made 65.1 for the first one. So
Yeah.
it dropped off about 60 million.
I didn't think the second one was in theaters or anything.
I didn't think so either. I don't know how
Well-
it ended up just worldwide and not America. Where are they
How did
showing
you
this
get
shit
here?
in theaters?
Well, we'll get into that when I get into my tagline.
Movies.
Or not my tagline, my facts.
There you go.
But we have taglines first.
Oh shit.
There's only one.
Oh shit.
Right kind of in the middle. It's not at the bottom for you.
I don't have to
Seth,
scroll
read
at
it for
all.
us.
I'm going to read it.
Please read it.
get ready
Go
to,
on.
to blast off on a new adventure. That's so bad.
Is new spelled GNU?
No, but there is a 5 in blast.
Why?
I don't know, but
There isn't.
Oh,
it's right there.
the 5.
I think you just can't read because of the fifth element. That's why.
Yeah. Kilowalla.
Yeah.
So,
Why you go to this film?
That's good.
Kilowalla, why you go to this film is
Mhm.
awesome.
She's the fifth element.
She sort of was.
In a way.
She
She fucked Bruce Willis.
Kilowatt?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kilowatt
If-
fucked Bruce Willis for
When she
sure.
fucked
That's canon.
Comet.
Yeah.
They were smashing for sure.
Yeah.
What a duo that
What a
was.
pair. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never really rooted for a child alien and a monkey to get together, but for some reason,
Child monkey too, I think.
I think so.
This
Even
is just
Mike
Moonrise
picked that kid,
Kingdom.
though.
This is Moonrise. This is Wes Anderson all over again. That's why Lucas hated it.
That's why. You sure about that?
We don't know. We don't know my score.
We don't know his score.
You sure about that? That's why.
Yeah.
It was a good
Dude,
Other taglines.
hey, fucker. Get out of here.
time. Yeah, that's a good one. To Zartog?
Yeah. To anybody really that's pointing that thing at you.
Zartog guaranteed to laugh.
Okay.
I don't get it.
It's like guaranteed to laugh, but the G on Zartog goes into guaranteed.
Oh, wow. That's a flexible word. Does like a 90-degree turn. Maybe even 180.
Don't forget to get your Fluvian shots
Ooh,
That's good.
this October.
That's good, yeah.
Let's hit
Yeah.
it.
Did you think we forgot about the Fluvians?
Lucas is really into the Fluvian shot one. Let's
He's
get it.
really into the quicksand right now, apparently.
He's sinking.
Yeah,
Well, I'm trying to set my chair down without getting my cat. There we go.
that's fair.
So those are some good taglines of our own, which means now it's fact time.
Fat time?
Fat time, yeah.
Fat time.
So let's all look really wide.
Jenny Craig fats.
Ah!
You love Jenny Craig facts.
No, I pulled the computer and I
He's
screamed.
scared of him.
I'm scared of Jenny Craig.
He's scared of
That's
losing weight.
That's a guy?
No, Jenny Craig.
Jenny?
I thought you said him.
Well, he did say him.
You're
I
scared.
thought you said he's scared of him, I thought is what you said. But I think you might have said them in reference to food or something. Scared of like EM.
of the dieting program.
Yeah, scared of them. All diets. Keto, paleo.
Keto facts.
We could do keto facts. Paleo
Keto.
facts, the Mediterranean diet facts.
Mesozoic facts, perhaps.
Just because paleo.
Yep. Paleolithic facts. Cretaceous facts.
Kilofacts. Beanbag facts.
Bing bong facts.
There weren't a lot of bean bags in this one.
Not
Dune
enough.
facts.
Dune facts.
Dude.
It could be Dune facts.
Facts.
That's good. Yeah, sound for facts. We haven't done that before. We don't even do facts. There's a for our first. That's it.
Got away with one there.
Got away with murder.
What? Who
Sorry
did you
for-
kill?
I'm the Vaj.
Tower
Oh,
Street guy.
that's Big Dog.
Sorry for the Tower Street guy. R.I.P.
I always
Yeah.
forget about him.
He's like a
I
memoriam
hope they
thing.
do. I think I don't know when the statute of limitations passed, but I think it is a cold case by now, so I might be in the clear.
Might be. It's kind of cool to be friends with a alleged murderer, so
Yeah.
to speak.
My dad was.
Was he?
Yeah, he's very much a guy. Rick Tabish went and killed an old casino guy in Vegas and tried to steal his silver. It was this whole big thing in the early 2000s, and my dad was good friends with him.
Lucas always has these fucking stories.
With Rick Tavish, you said?
Yeah, look up Rick Tabish. He was
Tabish?
him and the casino guy's affair partner murdered him and dug up his silver on the property.
This better not be like a old wives' tale I'm Googling.
No, it was a big deal. I remember it was in the trial. I think my dad was cheering for it. It's my memory. He was like, "Go Rick, get up!"
Cheering for the murderer.
Yeah.
Tavish has carved a niche in the cryptocurrency mining industry. He's overseeing construction of a 1.9 billion data center in North Dakota, garnering public support from the governor he calls an unbelievable visionary. Unbelievable. I will have to look into that more later because there's so many results for different things on that guy.
Lucas also has like a great uncle that was like a sheriff of a town, but also accused of being the leader of a gang that was killing people.
I did hear about this.
Hung. Henry Plummer. What?
Yeah, you told me about that like my first episode on, and I was like, I hate teachers. And you were like, what about if their uncles were outlaws and they were basketball coaches?
I ended up teaching about him in class.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm like, this is my blood. It's my kin. I
I'm
karate chopped anyone talking
This
about
is
that.
my crip.
I'm just like this guy. That's pretty cool.
For real.
Try me, I dare you.
Yeah.
All right. So my first is
sorry to anyone driving with like a dog in your car.
Yeah, because we're not making monkey sounds anymore.
No.
We're barking.
Frightening babies.
Yeah.
Dog business.
You think people with babies listen to this podcast?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know, actually.
That just seems like, I feel like if you have a family, you'd stop listening to dumb guys.
To idiots, yeah. What about when I have my family, when my daughter's born, continuing to be a dumb idiot?
Yeah, like on purpose. Crazy choice.
Yeah, right?
I'll take it.
It's going to get genetic. She'll be a dumb idiot if you keep doing it, Brandon.
No.
Your DNA is going to dumbify her.
Is that how it works?
It's going to departicleize her.
Yeah. Well, no.
It's going to disintegrate. Louis almost did.
What happened to him?
No.
He almost disintegrated.
I sent you that
Was he melting in
Snapchat
the
of him
rain?
sleeping, holding his antler.
Yeah.
He thought he was disappearing in that photo.
Why did you think he was
disintegrating?
disappearing?
Disintegrate. If you took his bone away.
He would disintegrate.
He would disappear. I guess his hair looks like in the movies when somebody is disintegrating and they've got like the aura flying off them. That's his hair.
That's true.
That's true.
Let's hope he lives a long life.
Let's hope.
Not too long.
I have very
God no.
Sorry.
Jesus, this is my
We love
dog.
him.
I love Lou. Yeah, I don't know why I said that.
I only have 5 O's for you guys today.
You're a dolphin now. Anything but a monkey.
Or now I'm a seal.
That's good.
I'm a monkey.
I've only got 5 for you. That's why I had no history. There's very limited things on here, and some of it is just things that I've already said. But Zach Shada, Carlos Soler, basically the whole cast reprised their roles from the previous film. However, Andy Samberg, Jeff Daniels, and Kristen Chenoweth were replaced by Tom Kenny, John DiMaggio, and Laura Bailey, respectively. I was trying to look into that Andy Samberg thing, and there were just contract disputes about it.
Oh, you wanted to get more money?
Wasn't Kristen Chenoweth in Deck the
Deck the
Halls?
Halls.
Who was she in this?
What a dame.
In the first one, I guess.
Whoever Laura Bailey played.
Okay.
Probably Kilowatt, honestly.
Yeah, she did sound different.
Yeah, she's a very pixie-ish girl.
So the other day I was driving to work and I, for some reason, wanted to listen to... She was? I wanted to listen to the Wicked soundtrack, but I was listening to just one song and then my phone was like auto-recommending things after that. Then it played by something by Ben Platt, and then finally it played a song by Kristen Chenoweth from like a Christmas album of hers.
This is why.
Space Chimps, the Wii video game.
That's why. That was a
That's
Wii
why it's a
remote.
remote. Oh. She had pipes, didn't she?
Kristen? Oh yeah, she can sing.
Remember the other Deck the Halls when she weirdly got like a 3-minute long solo and
Yeah, when all the power went
hard.
out.
Yeah.
When all the power went out, and so they all hold their phones up to try and still be seen from space.
Yeah.
As she sings "Deck the Halls."
She was like a hard vibrato. This is her
She sings at the end. She sings in RV too.
Good. She did like Broadway and stuff too.
Yeah.
But she's not in this film.
No, she's not. She was replaced by Laura Bailey. Next, is that Space Chimps 2 was theatrically released in the United Kingdom on May 28, 2010. 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment released it direct to video in the United States in October 5th, 2010, and it received universally negative reviews by critics. The film actually originally opened on number 7 in the UK on the release weekend.
It's weird that it's only in the UK, but it does make sense because they don't have space travel or chimps. So this is a little bit of a marvel for them.
Does the UK not have space travel?
I don't think so. I mean, they've not gotten to the moon or anything, for sure.
Is it just like us and China and Russia?
Russia and Italy, maybe.
Germany?
How would Italy go to the
Ethiopia.
moon? Up there slinging pasta.
That's not all they do in Italy.
It tastes
All
like
the pictures
shit.
I've seen, yeah, eating the moon. They thought it was cheese. They thought it was a big pizza pie. Obviously, it's amore, you
the
idiot.
moon hit their eye, and they're like, "That's a big pizza pie."
That song's never.
So they created a space agency to go to get the pizza.
Prove it.
We'll
And
show
then
you, Earth.
And then they get there like, "This tastes like shit."
This is the worst pizza pie ever. God was not in his egg when he cooked this.
We could have built a rocket to eat to the moon.
Eat to the moon. We can be racist towards Italian. It's cool.
Of course we can.
That one's fine.
Because I'm part Italian.
Yeah, and it's like barely even racist because we're all white.
Snediga.
I am a Swedish plumber. That's what it's turning into.
My next one for you guys is that
My next boo. Just a really scaring dogs.
My next is that Tom Kenny and Carlos Alazraqui appear in Rocko's Modern Life, SpongeBob SquarePants, and Camp Lazlo together.
Who? Patrick and
Tom Kenny and Carlos Alazraqui, who played Houston.
Houston. Okay.
One of my mom's friends, I think I've talked about this, as a Foley artist, and he was the Foley artist for Rocko's Modern Life.
Nice.
Damn.
The coolest job in the world, yeah.
Yeah. Aside from like a fighter pilot, those guys are so cool.
Yeah.
But Lucas also knows a fighter pilot.
I'd way rather be like hitting a can of tuna with a tennis racket than bombing Iraqis.
No, but like, it's just so cool to be a fighter pilot. Like, you are the personification of cool. No.
Morally.
Just appearance-wise. You went to school with somebody, though, right? Yeah, Taylor.
Being a professional skateboarder is probably the coolest thing you can do.
Unless you're named Seth, then you can't.
A teacher.
Teaching the youth.
Being a teacher. Yeah, what about
that's
just
radical.
like serving beers to really rich people?
Yeah, who here has the coolest profession?
Yeah.
Pharmacist, teacher, or
just some guy.
Or just a server.
I mean, pharmacists are nerds.
Yeah, so that's off.
Teachers are also nerds historically.
Yeah, so I win. I do have the coolest job.
If Devin
I work at a
leather
brewery.
jacket.
If Devin were
I do need a leather jacket.
If Devin were here, he glazes glass.
Oh, that's
for
cooler.
Commercial.
That's the coolest one for sure. Then
Yeah.
That beats brewery. Because I'm not. If I were higher up in the brewery, it'd be cooler.
Or if you're like a high end server, like
fuck that. That's not cool. That's nerd shit. You're wearing suit and tie to work. Nerd shit.
Yeah, you're like, salutations, my patrons.
That's true. Did you see that?
I've seen
Denny's and you got like a cigarette at your house and you're just out of your mouth. You're just like, hey, fuckers.
Yeah, that's cool. He's got a beanie on with holes in it.
There was a waiter.
He doesn't shave, but he doesn't grow facial hair either, so it's just all scraggly.
There was a waiter in the Denny's in Missoula that I fucking loved, and then he died.
Cool.
His
I
name
don't know why I'm laughing.
his name tag said Mr. Bill.
Oh, they put
Every
Mr.
time I
on
see
it?
him, I go,
Mr. Bill!
Mr.
Fine. That sounds familiar to me. I think you've just said that to me before. I just didn't know what it was
Saturday
from.
Night Live skit, and it's
Oh,
Michael
that was-
Scott doing it on The Office.
Maybe that's what it is.
There's
then.
a Mr.
Maybe
Bill
it's the other
movie.
things.
Really interesting. Well,
R.I.P. to the dead guy, though.
my next is
Nice.
nominations. I was trying to actually when I did mine, it kind of sounded like Will Smith doing his like thing. He always clears his throat like that.
He does, like in that YouTube rewind video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He probably made that noise as he slapped Chris Rogers.
Yeah. It's my Will Smith impression.
But
Hey.
nominations. This was
Thank you.
nominated for one thing. It did not win. At the Cinema Audio Society, it was nominated for Outstanding Achievement in Sound Mixing for DVD Original Programming.
Didn't the first
It
one win
wasn't-
some kind of stupid award?
Probably.
It was a casting, maybe a nominee? They had a lot of cast in that.
Maybe.
Maybe like the James Goodall Chimp Foundation or something like that. It was
Yeah.
pretty well mixed, to its credit, I guess. There was one moment where I was like, this is like actually a professional movie where they threw a monkey against the wall and he slid down and hit the floor. And I was like, that sounds acceptable.
He was the Foley artist was good.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't Birdemic or Talking Cat or something that bad.
Yeah.
Is that what a Foley artist is? They just make up noises for shit going on?
Like the sound effects.
They
and
do
whatnot.
make it up. They don't mix it, yeah, but they do like, so if someone steps in a show, then someone behind the scenes has to like make that sound physically with something else. So when we went
Right.
and visited him at his studio, he had like tennis rackets he'd bang against his hand, and that's supposed to be like a squishy walk, and he had like a duck call that was supposed to be like a gunshot or something. I don't know.
That's sick.
They
he
love
rocked.
to use like tinfoil and celery for like fight scenes. Breaking celery is like
Yeah, he's just
a
like throwing
punch.
sandwiches against the wall, trying everything out.
Garbage cans.
this garbage.
This is garbage. That's
And
cool.
my last is where bottom movies of all time, where it ranks
On IMDb?
Are we guessing?
on IMDb.
Are we guessing?
Sure, why not?
77.
Okay.
That's it. No need to guess, Lucas.
I think
Brandon, tell him I'm right.
Is it one of those where it's not enough views to register, but if it was,
Correct.
so probably like 20 then.
Okay. The winner today is Lucas. This movie ranks as the number 44 worst movie of all time
Right in the
according
middle.
to IMDb. Others that we've reviewed so far in their rankings include Kirk Cameron Saving Christmas at number
Bad
4.
movie.
Damn, is that our lowest one?
Yes.
That wasn't the
Bad
worst
movie.
one, though.
Bigfoot versus
Close.
DB Cooper
That
at
was good
number
movie.
5.
Oh,
Good
much
movie.
worse.
Artistry.
Birdemic 2 The Resurrection at number
Good
9.
movie.
Birdemic at number
Good
12.
movie.
The Hottie and the Naughty at number 15.
Pretty good.
The Star Wars Holiday Special at number 19.
That
An
should be
abortion of a film.
so much lower.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cats at number 43, right below this one.
Okay. What's Seth died?
Just thinking about Star Wars.
Yeah, I listened to that episode last week.
You went back to that one?
How was
Yeah. It was funny. You were dying.
You were losing it.
it? Yeah. Oh, that was the one that I had like a for
3
real
panic
panic
attacks.
attack.
Well, yeah.
But not like the laughing one. I had a for
There's-
real one where I went out to Marine and she's like, "Are you
Yeah.
okay?"
Yeah.
I was like,
You
"No."
weren't.
I wasn't for a second there.
There's just stuff in that like way past all the stupidest bullshit of the guy like pouring his drink in his head. Of course, we can all relate to that. But like stuff like the main bad guys die from slipping off of like a home's balcony.
Yeah.
Like
in a
Wookiee
Star Wars film, yeah. Where there's not begging for a lightsaber or a gunshot and they slip off of
like,
a
whoops.
tree
Oh,
balcony.
yeah.
Domicile.
They
And
fall
then
out of
they
a
all-
tree house and
they
die.
all fucking astral project to go to Wookiee heaven. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a film.
Even the humans and robots.
Her trying to cook like
Yeah.
life day dinner.
I was
Yeah, remember when Princess Leia was like, "Hey, all you Wookiees, I don't know what Wookiee Day is about, but here's a song."
I don't really understand this Hanukkah business, you Jews, but here's dreidel dreidel.
They didn't even have subtitles. Anyways, what are some of the other movies, Brandon?
Yeah, what are the other?
They didn't
What's
have
going on?
subtitles.
The giant rats.
Yeah. Like you put another one in the jukebox. The fucking rat.
One more round. Okay, I'll buy you all one more drink.
Yeah, the jazz band was upset, and she said, like, fine, guys, just give me a drink to hold you over, then finish the set off.
That's on the TVs. We are executing people out past a certain time. You have to get out of the bar before I die. No, we're drunk. Okay.
Another one.
I'll
I
buy.
guess I'll enable you.
I'll buy it.
Oh, fine.
Okay, the last
alien who's just a giant rat.
the last one's on this. So there was cats. Then there's
He's like, you
this at
think you guys will
44.
notice?
You can't keep getting Seth on Star Wars.
Couldn't look different ways. It's just bouncing.
Yeah, the guy.
I can't breathe.
Yeah, and then the bartender, the Arthur, was like,
His
would hit
face
on the
was-
guy, but when he topped you off,
Yeah.
she
Poured
poured
it
gin in his head.
directly into his head. And then goes into a whole musical number.
Guys, we did this movie 7 months ago. We gotta move on.
It feels like just last night in my fucking fever
Horrors.
dreams, though. Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, so there's Cats at 43, this at 44.
Yep.
And then the last two you
Cats,
got.
the musical with James Corden Blue.
Yeah. And then
The
you've
Wicker
got
Man.
Dragon Wars at 77.
The
D Wars, the Amugi and the Baraki.
yeah. Nick Wars. Nick Cage Wicker Man. Right?
And then the Wicker Man at 97. So
Not the original one.
that is gonna end it. We are crying. And with that, we can get into the movie.
Movie. Oh yeah, that hurts.
I couldn't breathe for a second there.
Yeah, and I couldn't either, but I don't have an excuse.
That's
for
what
it or
Nicole
anything.
Kidman feels like when we shoot her into space. She's just in a vacuum.
Christ.
We'll send her in a starship, maybe a
Dude.
Jefferson starship.
Ooh. That's the only thing this movie is missing.
There's a
Take it
Jefferson
too far.
Starship number.
We know you've been waiting for Luke. Wait a little bit longer. Find your way back. A Jefferson starship. Yeah.
I know you guys are begging for Han and Chewie to get back to this planet, but let's watch Iggy jerk off in the living room.
Itchy, not Iggy.
Itchy, yeah, that's right.
It's worse.
All their names are so
Fucking
gross.
Tina Turner, but yeah.
Chewie was short for Chewbacca.
Itchy is short for
Itchbaka.
Itchbaka.
Itchbaka, Malabaka.
Malabaka kind of slaps.
Malabaka does kind of slap. And then whatever the young one's name was.
Lumpy.
Lumpy. just started getting them
Talk about this movie, dude.
Remember when the stormtroopers came up and just fucked his toy up?
Just broke his room.
You stupid kid.
Broke
Well,
his
Brandon
toy
cried.
and took the comforter off his bed.
Brandon cried for real. Not like the hysterical cry. He was like, that's so sad.
He just broke his
For
toy
Nazis.
and ripped his
The Nazis.
bed apart.
This is Anne Frank's diary. It's just recordings of his grandpa jerking off in a little cartridge. Dude, this was peak like 80s people doing coke kind of thing. Where everyone
70s,
just it was
right?
70s.
Yeah, it
78.
Everybody
Yeah.
gassing each other. This is the pinnacle of yeah, and then and no one's disagreeing, and that's how you get
All I'm thinking about is lump baka.
lump baka, lumpy baka.
Okay,
So much-
so
So
Nicole Kidman's in space
shot into space.
with Jefferson
Yeah, she is.
Starship. And they're on their way
jettisoned her.
And they're on their way to save some weird holiday.
God, that reminds me of that
Chimp Day or whatever. I don't know.
Festivus.
Chimp Day.
Creech Day.
Creech Day. They've been blasted. Nicole Kidman and Jefferson Starship have been blasted in the vacuum of space to save Creech Day.
January 13th.
But you can't forget that they're all wielding banana berries and Wii remotes.
That's another. We'll get there in that. That's funny.
Yes.
Okay. Oh my God.
Yeah, the phone is just acid, I guess.
I haven't
Or
laughed.
Molly.
I don't think I've laughed that hard since the
Star
Star
Wars,
Wars
yeah.
episode.
We should just do
Gets
that
us.
again.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Space Chimps 2. This time it's the nerd story.
This time it's personal.
Yeah, they kill a lot of people.
It's an interesting way because they start with Comet, and he's like, "This is my story. I'm Comet." But it's like,
This is what
he's like
happened
the-
in the last movie.
yeah, he's like the 6th or 7th most important part of the first movie. So to downgrade protagonists that heavily, to shift, they don't go to Luna, they don't go to David Putty's
Titan.
character, they don't go to Houston, they don't go to Zartog or Kilowatt, they go to Comet. It's a choice.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he narrates like, this is what happened in the first movie, even though this is mine, and it doesn't have Andy Samberg's voice. And the 3 chimps from last time, Titan, Ham, and Luna, became superstars afterwards. They were even printed on these really bad pixelated magazines.
Those were kind of funny. I did laugh at him in the Time magazine
yeah.
doing like the profile shot.
But Comet's like the next chimp that's going to go to space, and he's getting ready for the journey. But apparently along this way, he's been video chatting with Kilowatt.
It's such a weird energy for this movie.
He's never met this alien,
They're dating, for
they're,
sure.
they're
Online dating.
Yeah.
That's
This
like
is
a
Kip and
relationship that they
LaFonda.
develop. Yeah, because he goes, I can't wait to meet you. I can't wait to meet you too. It's like my dad and his Indonesian girlfriend circa 2008, I guess, would be the right time. Yeah.
That's exactly what it's like.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
This is so like Lucas's dad and this. What did you say? Taiwanese girlfriend? Indonesian girlfriend.
Yeah, Kilowatt's just a mail order bride.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Do they ship these women in boxes?
No. But somehow he's
'Cause that's
invented a
mayonnaise.
technology that can video chat to a different planet through a wormhole.
Yeah.
How? I don't know.
So they can sex. Kilowatt, if you forget from the first movie, is 98% head.
Yes.
And is
good news, Comet.
yeah. And like
her
6
head is
years
off the
old
charts.
and sings. Yeah.
And always is going.
Yeah,
That's when she's horny.
It's just always. She never stopped making that noise.
Comet, also, big theme in this movie, always riding a unicycle.
Yeah, it
That's
ruins
not
a
a theme,
lot
it's just his transportation.
Yeah. Well, it sucks as transportation. It ruins a lot of the emotion in some of these
It
scenes. We'll get to why.
Sadly pedaling.
It's like that scene in Arrested Development when... Yeah. Like when Michael Cera's walking
Maybe he
to
does a theme, you're right, Brandon.
Christmas time.
Yeah, he's always
here, and he's like slouching and walking
sulking.
slow. That's his shoulders on the unicycle, is Michael Cera style.
But Zartog, if you remember last time, was brought down to Earth on the made the nose cone of the rocket ship.
Yeah.
And was frozen in Freznar on the planet.
Yeah.
And so now he's here on Earth, and he's just a lawn decoration, having dogs pee on him and whatnot.
The centerpiece.
Yeah. And all the other chimps are preparing for their journey. Apparently, Comet isn't fully set to be the next chimp. Like, they haven't released it, but he's like, oh, I'm going to be the next chimp in space. And
I think someone has told him, basically.
Yeah, but for now, he's kind of like the personal assistant for Ham. Ham comes in on a presidential helicopter.
That shit's so
They're
funny.
like, oh,
he's like
there's the president.
He's like all their assistants because he has to get Luna and Titan drinks and stuff, and
That's
Houston
right.
a banana.
Well, Ham's
no
the one
one
that
pays
abuses that power the most.
Yeah.
They all do, yeah.
But Ham's like a big hot shot now, and I just hated that it wasn't Andy Samberg. Like you said,
No,
they
charisma,
wrote the exact same way, but SpongeBob did not do the trick.
It sounds so bad.
Because
I love Tom Kenny.
His thing in the first movie is he's like a fucking cool hot shot. He's like fucking Elvis or something. And this one, he just does not have that gravitas.
Yeah, he sounds like that. He's I don't know, because in the old one it was like he was cool because he's like, who even cares? You know, I'm like a fucking monkey. I'm just a dude, and I like to tell jokes. You know, it was like it was more of a coping mechanism to deal with the pain in his heart and a hollowness that he had. And the second one, it was just like, I'm ham, bitch.
Yeah,
that was it. That was it.
He was supposed to go on Leno at one point.
Did he say that, or like a fake Leno name?
No, he's like, you're on tonight for Animals with Jay Leno.
Oh, that's right. Stupid pet tricks or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I also thought that the animation somehow looked worse. I thought it looked bad.
Horrific.
Somehow looked worse.
The background.
Yeah. No depth.
There's nothing back there. What background?
No, those cars and the people and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That shit was hilarious.
There's two dudes walking up to the alien.
Bad.
Those guys. The Danish guy and the Southern guy.
I don't know what accents, because those two were just John DiMaggio and Tom Kenny. It's not even like they were different voice actors.
One was a Southern and one was a Danish.
Yeah.
It was awesome, but
what did I hit with my car? What the fuck? What are you doing at NASA in like a t-shirt and khakis?
Yeah, there's two dudes.
Yeah, they were.
We gotta lasso this boy up.
The only people I've seen the space station are some senator, the three scientists, and monkeys. And then was just two dudes in an SUV.
What did I hit with my car?
Road tripping.
It's Euro trip. They found a Texan guy.
But
this movie sucks so hard.
Comet, he's like riding his unicycle by, delivering drinks, and almost gets hit by that car that they're driving. They're so oblivious. Oh no, it wasn't that car. No, it was a car with the senator being interviewed through the sunroof.
I think it was like the back of a pickup truck.
Was it?
It was something. They were driving in a car, and the president's standing in the car, and two guys.
The president or the
senator? Guy. Sorry, yeah.
Whoever he was.
The president of NASA.
Boss man.
Yeah.
Boss man was standing in the car.
He was funny in the last movie, and he's still kind of funny in this one. There's a voice actor who's good with him.
Yeah. But he's getting this interview. It was this weird like first person interview, like POV shot from like the interviewer's style.
Yeah.
And they're
couldn't keep. It would be weird if they just kept showing a moving car that they were interviewing him on, just doing laps.
But they're at the space center and they're getting like a huge makeover to basically make this space center a 5-star resort as well.
For the chimps only.
Yes. But they're still putting in ice cream sundae bars and shit like that anyway. And Comet he gets to his computer and looks, he's not going on the newest Malgor mission because of budget cuts. So instead of like posting like the list of who made it, they just crossed his name out from the list.
Like they knew he would be hacking in and reading it.
Yeah.
Budget cut X, not going.
Not this one.
Nice try, loser.
What?
Cool techno guy.
Little techno monkey.
Seth's favorite characters from the first movie are back, though, is the other note that the scientist.
The scientists?
I love those little guys. I loved them in this one, too, honestly.
They had an arc.
Loved them just as much. They did have an arc, and they overcame so much.
Yeah.
An arc.
How much are they... I asked Brandon when we were watching it, but how much are they paying Comet that he's a budget cut to not go into space? Like, what money are they saving by not sending him?
I guess that's a good question, yeah. Maybe just like an extra week supply of bananas. But they're putting in a sundae bar for monkeys on Earth. You could think they could afford it.
Well, yeah, but you're potentially saving money if he goes off and gets, killed in space. That's one less mouth to feed.
Apparently.
Or if he gets hitched.
Yeah, that's true.
They gets married on
They weren't
Malgor.
Anticipating that.
He's the mail order bride.
Because he calls Kilowatt. He's like, I'm not going. She's like, you're not coming to visit me?
Yeah, she's so sad. Oh,
so he unicycles away.
Like, these video calls are great and everything, but if only you were here with me. It's sexually driven.
It is, yeah. I'm not going to be able to show you everything in my body, she said. And he's just like, yeah, I know. I go cycle.
So yeah, he unicycles away. Ham doesn't seem that he goes to Comet, or he goes to Ham, and Ham doesn't care that he's trying to tell him he's been cut from the mission.
Mm.
So he unicycles to the rocket instead. And he's like, I'm going to get on this rocket at least to feel what it's like. And he uses a little card. It's like access denied. So he's like, I'll get in there somehow. So he scales the rocket.
Did you have a quote about that? Do I have a quote about that?
With the walkway?
No, with them, the access denied thing.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I might have written it down. It was funny. What did he say?
He's
I
like,
don't
I'm
remember.
a monkey. It can't stop me, or something like that.
It was something like that. Access denied, and he was like, deny this. Something corny.
But he's like scaling the rocket trying to get in. Did you notice when he was walking across that like giant red exhaust pipe thing that there was just a sidewalk like next to him, like a walkway? He's like almost falling.
I was like, yeah, he's a monkey. He can walk across like anything, and he's like struggling to balance.
It's on a tube.
No. He could do it upside down with one leg if he wanted to. He's a monkey. He's
Yep.
a chimp.
Yep.
That's their thing. Maybe it's because he's such a nerdified. Didn't we talk about this a little bit last time in Space Chimps, where he's like such a human adjacent monkey that he forgot everything about what it means to be wild and be a monkey. He's so like technologically plugged in.
Oh.
Maybe he can't like swing around and be primal like he needs to be.
Maybe I forgot that deep motif from the first Space
Commentary
Chimps.
on technology and
Yeah.
advancing role in society.
We're losing our. I don't
Our
know.
souls.
Our souls.
Losing my religion.
Our primitive.
Yeah, our primality.
Yeah. Is that right?
I don't know if that's a word. Sound good.
I'm trying to turn primitive into a noun.
Primality sounded good.
It does sound good.
And so
Primitivity.
that also sounds good. Dramaturgically.
Dramaturgy.
Don't like that one.
He's trying to break into this rocket, and he uses his banana berry synchronization. This
So he
is the
invented this-
3.0.
Yeah, he invented this phone. That is pretty cool.
The banana berry 3.0. He uses the synchronization to get aboard the ship and trying to scale it instead of taking that walkway. And he gets in and he's like pushing buttons and flipping levers to like set the whole rocket up to get ready for launch. And he's like,
Yeah.
too bad I can't.
Too bad
I
I
wish you
can't.
could really light this candle.
That's
Yeah.
what he says.
And the ship's like, oh, light the candle. Let's fucking go.
Dumbass ship.
So the autopilot takes over and they
Which-
fly off.
Which, ignoring the thousands of other man hours and that would be needed to coordinate a launch like this, they're not just like
Yeah.
set up.
Yeah, it's
Someone
set
can
to
turn the
autopilot
ignition
right
and
now.
Go off.
It's great that in this universe, hypothetically, if a guy was loud enough from outside of the ship saying "light this candle," the computer would
Yeah.
just be like, "Okay," and
They're-
just launch
They're
itself.
holding a birthday party outside, holding
They
a giant
accidentally
cake.
put
I
the
can't
candle in
light
the
this
wind.
candle.
Yeah.
Yeah, candle. They just play the song.
Candle in the wind.
That's good.
So it takes off, but he's like
it's
trying
funny
to
that
get
they like accidentally launch a rocket.
he's trying to get ground control to like
Whoopsie.
help
It's
him
like a phrase that nobody uses for anything.
light
and
the candle.
I've never heard anybody in like
No.
day-to-day life be like, "Let's light
Yeah.
this candle." Except like my dad, who's almost 50 now, when he lights
And
a
he's a
firework.
Space Chimps aficionado himself.
He is. That too.
He
yeah.
was the
wrote
Space
this
Chimps
movie.
officiant for their wedding,
Mm-hmm.
the Comet and Kilowatt.
Officiant? Is that
Yeah.
what it's called?
No, aficionado, but he said officiant at first.
What's officiant?
The person that officiates the wedding.
I thought that was like a priest.
If
That's
you're
the
doing a
dad.
religious one,
That's the dad. The dad's the priest.
if you're doing a religious one,
No, I don't have religion.
okay.
I didn't.
Well, then your dad is gonna do it.
I'm
Sweet.
too pro.
And so he's like trying to get ground control to like, hey, let's stop this thing, but they're all too distracted at the ice cream bar, and the rocket blast was
It does
so
get
strong.
me. It was. It does get me every time that maybe like the only time I laugh in the movie when the monkey's like furious, like God damn it, somebody help me, come on, and then they pan to him and it's just them making monkey noises. It happens later with Zartog too, and I do love that when he's like, "I'm gonna get all of you, motherfucker,"
Monkey
Yeah.
business.
and then it just pans to him and he's just like snorting. I thought that's kind of funny.
Those are fun to you. That's like your guilty pleasure kind of mode.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
theme.
But this rocket blast was so strong that it caused a dust storm that shatters the window of this person's house, which apparently happens every time a rocket takes off, supposedly. This poor person
Yeah, who
housed
lives a
way
mile
too
away
close
from...
to the.
Yeah.
But it was so strong that it causes the Freznar to break on Zartog too, and now his reign will happen once again. He will strike
eats
back.
that dog.
He eats the dog.
He doesn't eat the dog.
We must
Probably
watch
does.
different versions of the movie.
And so
How'd you guys watch this? Did you rent it?
Prime.
Brandon spent money on it.
It was free on YouTube.
Ah!
Not like a YouTube official, but some guy was like, "Here's Space Chimps 2 for you guys."
That's
I
good.
should have known.
Yeah. Because no one's going to fight over spaceships too.
Yeah.
This guy's
No,
pirating and putting it on
yeah,
YouTube.
It wasn't like some of those times where they have to like modify it to fit to beat the censors, you know, where you have to like crop it a little bit. It was just like, here's
Yeah.
Space Chimps 2.
He just straight up uploaded it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
A straight rip from the digital copy to
Yeah.
YouTube. I love
So Houston finally notices that Comet's gone, and in space from a video call to Mission Control, but also the call went to Comet's personal laptop, I guess. This
yeah, he had
video
it hooked up earlier, I guess.
And so he catches that. He's like, oh, we need to save him. But Comet's in space doing zero gravity acrobatics and looking at the
He
different
loves
planets, traveling at a crazy speed.
it.
Yeah, because he was at Pluto in like an hour. And I don't know, I thought it was funny too because he's like, oh my god, I fucked up. I need to get back home. I messed up in space. And then like the next scene it cuts to him. He's loving it.
Zero
so
gravity.
Zero
He's not-
gravity.
He
Oh
loses
my
all
god.
anxiety about it.
Yeah, he's like, I made the right call.
And so Boss Man, he comes into Mission Control with the press to show them their new project. They are sending the chimp knots, as he referred to them, to terraform a planet and make it
Mars.
habitable.
Yeah, that made me laugh.
You're like, their last mission was just to discover what was on the other side of a wormhole.
Yeah, they didn't think they were going to bring the monkeys back even.
Now they are creating.
Yeah, they're
A habitable
terraforming
planet.
for humans.
Now they're a construction
They
crew.
look happy.
But he
They
had
did look
this.
happy.
He had this scene that Seth loved, where the boss kept opening and closing the door.
I did
He's
like
like,
that too.
I'm not gonna tell you.
If I
No,
tell you, I have to kill you.
I will.
I
I'll
won't
kill you.
kill you. I will.
I'll kill you.
And then the last, he's like, I wouldn't kill you. But I would kill you. But no, I'm just kidding. No, I wouldn't. And he opens the door the last time, doesn't even say anything, just makes a fucking
That's
face
funny.
at him and then closes it. So funny. Watch the movie just for that. I'm recommending this.
And then you get this weird scene
Skipping ahead.
where Ham, like the whole next scene is just Ham sticking a banana into a clown's ear and turning it into balloon animals on the other side.
That's right.
Yeah, why does he need to continue his like circus act? Is that just
He doesn't.
He's getting interviews with the president and Jay Leno, and he's like, me and Krusty the Clown here, I do our act every night.
I don't know. He must have just
'cause he's
really
a showman. Yeah.
I think so. I think he just fell in love with those
game.
guys. It like made him who he was, maybe. I don't know.
All back to his adolescent life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they didn't bring back what's his name?
Go on.
Keegan.
Yeah, Keenan Thompson.
Keenan. That's exactly right.
The monkey's
Keenan
around.
Thompson.
That's how I
Taking
put
my
the
monkey.
monkey.
Oh, you gave it a 0.9.
Yep.
That sucks.
And so, yeah, you get that little scene where he's doing that. And then Houston calls Ham and Luna. He's like, I need you guys here. Comet's gone. I don't know how to. She's like, oh, you just need to change this wiring and do this. He's like, I don't know how. I'm old. So they got a jetpack to base to get in touch with Comet.
They didn't have to do that.
And you get the hijinks with Ham at flying the jetpack until he falls out.
That it takes so long.
Luna catches him, carries him while jetpacking, and I really wanted her to bump into the tower of rockets lining up, so they had to send Ham to Iraq
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. It's the whole setup there was funny too, because like we got to get there fast. How are we gonna get there fast? And like, let's take the jetpacks. And they fly all around NASA, yeah. And whoopsie doo and dipsy dive all over the place.
Yeah.
Takes them forever to get there.
They crash, yeah.
So Zartog gets run over by a car.
Zartog got run over by a Hyundai.
Nice.
He's so short too.
That's what I said. We had no clue how short he was.
Because he's always like bigger than the monkeys and like kind of this hulking figure.
Yeah, he's like 4
Step
feet
out.
tall.
Yeah, he's like a raccoon. He's like
A little trash panda.
Oh man,
he's so small. We also missed too that when Comet's in space, this is the good scene we were talking about earlier because we see all these actual like space wonders and stuff as he's traveling. He kind of ruins it because he's like taking a selfie with it, and he's like,
Oh,
"Whoa,
yeah.
that's the
With a-
Nebula Galaxy." Yeah,
uh,
but it is. Go ahead, Seth.
no. I was just asking if you were talking about the part where he's going through the like, I guess it's the hyper tunnel, but like the wormhole looking thing again.
No, that comes up in just a second.
Yeah, this is just like him
Okay.
exploring the cosmos, sort of.
Yeah.
Which is what we wanted from the first movie. Remember, we were like, let's see like these monkeys' reactions to the wonders
Show
of
us
space.
anything
Yeah.
about space.
And it kind of was good. It played off this time. I liked it.
I'll disagree with you on that one politely.
Okay. Why is that?
It sucked.
Like
He was
shit?
taking. I was gonna look like shit either way. I just didn't. I think I just hated Comet this whole movie. It kind of sucked until he got to fucking Malgor and he was
Until
a
he
player.
bangs.
He didn't even bang. He was just like, I don't give a fuck, Kilowatt. I'm a fucking monkey. I
Yeah.
did this all by myself. I am out here. I'm different. Then I was like, all right, Comet's not so he's just going around being a fucking alpha.
This guy is techno cool.
But no, I just didn't. It was just stupid. He was just saying stupid things, looking at all the marvels of the universe. I was mad.
Well, Zartog gets run over. The Southern and the Danish guy come out of the car like, oh shit, man, you ran over an alien.
Oh god.
But then there's also this thing where Zartog's obsessed. Maybe it's to call back to the first one.
With
Obsessed
robots?
with
With metal?
taming beasts. Yeah, he's like another metal
Yeah.
beast. I shall conquer it. As he hops in the car.
Well,
Probably from the
he
first
says
one,
that
he had
before.
such a power.
He says that before he gets
Yeah.
ran over.
He wasn't like obsessed with him though in the first one. It was kind of a weird fixation on this one.
He had to control metal beasts.
Yeah.
It's
But
a
yes.
weird wrinkle.
He steals their car. He crashes it.
So funny. Him running as the 4-foot dude.
So fast.
Just so fast. And he gets in, you can like
Spider
barely
guy.
see his head. in the windshield.
That's probably why he crashed
I thought he
the
was
car.
7. I thought he was 6'8".
Yeah.
You can't reach
He's like
the
a
fucking
frog.
gas pedal. Frog, raccoon-sized frog.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So Luna is trying to help to get in contact with Comet.
I have to
But-
conquer this metal. This
Gets run over.
hit by
This
a car.
frog.
It reminds me of my buddy Braden growing up.
Got hit by a car?
No, he didn't get hit by a
Oh.
car, but there was this fucking autistic kid that lived in his neighborhood out in the middle of nowhere where the den is now. He lived in
Okay.
that neighborhood out there by that big Albertsons. But this kid was always dressed in a different outfit, you know, always a different superhero. So he was in this Power Rangers outfit one day, and he jumps into traffic in the middle of this residential street, and he goes stop in the name of the Red Ranger, and the car's gotta like hit the e-brakes.
So he did stop him.
He's got powers.
And to be fair, in the name of the Red Ranger, he did stop. But yeah, this kid just jumped into traffic.
Just clock clean.
Halt! That was what Zartog.
I
reminded me.
demand thee.
Yeah, he did do that. Yeah.
Seth is losing at this episode.
Yeah.
Very distracted drivers, these dudes too. They didn't see the frog in the road. They just
Yeah.
blasted.
Good. The guy's on the phone. It doesn't even sound like that important of a phone call. He's like, yeah, no, of course. Yeah. It's an alien.
Yeah, I'll get wings for dinner.
Well, it's also, you can see the background. It's nothing.
Yeah.
There's no
Nothing,
trees.
yeah, you're
It's
right.
flat plains and a road. And you'd see an alien, right? In the middle
Of
of,
course.
it all. Oh, boy.
NASA.
But yeah,
He's
Luna
doing,
tries
like,
to get
70. The gates of NASA.
Luna tries to get in contact with Comet, but he's already in the hyper tunnel. And in this hyper tunnel, Comet is having 2001: A Space Odyssey like hallucinations,
But there's
But
bananas
just about bananas and ham and Zartog on a unicycle.
being chased
Is
by
this-
a wiener dog.
So the first one was sort of a 2001: A Space Odyssey lark,
Mm-hmm.
right? So is this supposed to be the sequel? Is this supposed to be
2002.
148 or whatever?
I guess so.
To 2049. A Space Odyssey? Or was that Blade Runner?
That's Blade Runner.
That's Blade Runner.
And so, Comet is crash lands successfully on Malgor, and he's like, all right, I gotta find Kilowatt. She's just immediately right there. She's like at the base of the rocket. She's like, Comet! And now you get a little montage of Zartog trying to break into the base, but is deterred over and over by an electrical fence.
Yeah.
But then he's inside the fence the next scene.
Yep.
He passed it, but we don't see how. But he's ready to take down Ham with a crowbar.
I didn't know he ever learned their names.
Right?
Yeah. That was throwing me off the whole time. I didn't like that he knew their
Where
names.
did he get the crowbar? He found it by the tree.
It was just by a tree, yeah. And then he had it the rest. Oh, God. He just had it the rest of the movie.
But yeah, he's like, I got to take down Ham because he is the leader of this planet. So he's going to take down Ham. And now you get a montage of the romantic yet celebratory walkthrough of the Kilowalla Hiluhiu Haha village together.
Yeah, that's right.
With them. And also Zartog sneaking through the NASA base and messing around on treadmills.
Hi.
Another machine he has to dominate. Sorry, Alex entered the room.
And
Hello?
We don't need to know his business.
yeah, what was your business?
Yeah, he does try to conquer the treadmill. And then that's a classic cartoon thing where it goes too fast and he hits the wall. And then slides down it, and it sounded acceptable.
That was the scene, right?
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
And after this little
Sound mixing.
romantic and celebratory walkthrough with that dance scene that you lost your mind to,
I
Like
love
the
Comet
Congo.
dancing with them.
I was
yeah, the Congo
crying
line.
laughing at that, dude.
Why? Yeah. Why? How do they know how to do the bossa nova? They're all like, yee! What's going?
I just didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it being like a big celebration. Because
Dance
I was
is
like,
a
why are they
universal
doing
language.
this? It is, and yeah, Brandon's like, well, they're celebrating his return, and like, you know, Malgor's been such a good place since they saved the day. But I thought they were just doing that for like a good time.
I thought so too. I guess.
This is what the village people get up to.
They're always conga lining.
Once a day. It's the daily 5 p.m. conga line.
These are the beanbags? Are these the beanbags from the first movie?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What are they actually called?
They didn't have a name still. They were Kilowalla Weehu Wazuans or whatever, because that's the village they lived in. But I don't know what their
name.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was also her name. Yeah, I don't get it. We'll call them Mangalores.
Mangalores?
Yeah.
No, they're not Mangalores.
The Mandalorians.
Yeah.
They're
And
Mangalorians.
so Comet shows off his Banana Berry 3.0 to Kilowatt. She's like, "Oh, this is what you've been talking to me on." And as he like dials it, the phone emissions interfere with the brains of the beanbags and have them glitching out. And she's like, "They love it." He's like, "They do."
Yeah, because he's like, "Is it messing with their brains? Like, should I stop?" And she's like, "No."
Do it again.
They're all like fucking dancing. So the message here then, if I can extrapolate it to the kids, is that sometimes drugs are okay.
Yeah,
Like, they're just a good time. They don't have bad consequences sometimes.
That's what
as
this
long as
movie
it's somebody
said.
else giving you the drugs.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
now
'cause
Comet
he's
and
like,
Kilowatt.
should I be worried?
Yeah.
She's like, "No."
No.
This is the
man.
coolest thing that's ever happened to him. Lucas, did you see earlier? This is way earlier in the film about the banana berry when he's talking to Houston about it, and he's like, "It's the 3.0. I've upgraded it. It's touchscreen now. It has SMS. It has a camera. It does phone calls." I was like, "Was it just a banana before? That wasn't a phone.
Yeah.
You added
Banana
everything."
Berry 1.0 was fruit.
Yeah,
They had the banana berry in the first movie, right?
I
think they had something that he built like that to keep in contact with them somehow through the wormhole.
Yeah, I don't know if it was branded as a banana berry.
I like
No,
when
but
he
I
was
think
like,
it was banana.
I was like,
still.
I liked when he was like, "Kilowatt, look, it's a touch screen," and he touches the screen
It
and
doesn't
nothing
work.
happens. So then he pushes the button
Well,
to
yeah, it's
low.
a banana.
Yeah.
You can just touch a banana and call your mom. That'd be really weird. You can touch a banana and watch porn though.
And call your mom.
No, it was a jerk off. metaphor.
know.
Okay.
You could call your mom while jerking off.
You should not do that.
You shouldn't, but you could.
Should not do that. This is why I don't tell my parents to listen to this podcast. They're gonna hear me say some crazy things.
And so Comet and Kilowatt are now going to take the Fluvians out to tour the planet. Seth got hyped over some Fluvian shit.
Yeah. I equated it to being a regular
Avatar.
Star Wars fan. You're like
Ooh.
watching episode 8 and you're like, oh my god, Mark Hamill's Luke Skywalker.
No, I thought of Avatar, yeah.
Avatar?
Yeah.
When
Like
they're flying on the raptor things.
When they fly on those with the halo. When they connect via the halo.
Yeah, I was just saying I was in the audience as a fan, clapping for the Fluvians returning to the silver screen.
Return of the Sith.
Return of the Sith, yeah.
And so
My boy, that's what I'm saying.
So Zartog runs into Titan
Little
in
fan
mission
service.
in the space center and keeps trying to whack him with a crowbar, but Zartog apparently very easily earns the trust of Titan and gets level 5 clearance into mission control.
Part of Titan's thing is
His
he
journey
was changed after visiting these things, and he's like a PTSD-ridden exercise freak. So his brain
he did a
is
million
jumbled.
crunches.
Yeah, and so when he comes back, he's like, he remembers Zartog in some form or fashion, but he's like, yeah, go for it. I don't remember. I'm shell shocked, I guess.
Zartog, how are you, you motherfucker? You look ugly
Like-
as shit, but that's your heritage and you're right. Be proud of it.
Yeah, he's like, okay, can I get in? He's like, sure.
Can I
Boy.
trust you?
You got level 5 clearance, so he gets in there, and the scientists he finds that have created a departicleizer Wii remote that can get rid of anything from desks to fucking planets.
The planet was still questionable because they only hit a globe.
Correct.
Yeah,
They didn't show its actual planet-destroying abilities.
just
Yeah.
the potentiality, I guess.
But Zartog sees this tool. He's like,
They didn't make it real.
I want to steal it to destroy Ham with it.
He's very mad at Ham specifically. Wasn't it Titan who bested him in the first movie?
I think
Because
so.
Yeah,
Because he's very much like, fuck Ham, I'm going to kill Ham and Earth, but I'm going to get Ham.
Yeah.
He's
I think it was-
chumming it up with Titan.
Yeah.
it was Titan that made him hit the eject button in the first one.
Yeah. It was.
Our hero.
Maybe Ham
He
had
really
the bright
hates
idea
Ham.
of
I think he's jealous of the limelight Ham's getting.
maybe Ham had the bright idea of getting him off of the planet dipped in Freznar.
Maybe that's it.
Like the nose cone thing.
Maybe.
But now we're back on Malgor, and Kilowatt fed Comet a schnitzelberry, which only the natives of Malgor give to very special friends.
Yeah, projectile.
She blushes on him.
Projectile.
What is projectile?
Because he's so sickened
A
by
projectile
the scene.
vomited it. Yeah.
Oh, you did. Okay. And then the Globhoppers come in, so Comet juggles them around a little bit.
Yeah, I was bummed there wasn't another dance scene with him.
I thought they were going to dance, but yeah, he juggles some living beings, puts them down.
Yeah,
Like kisses one of them.
that'd be like grabbing little toes. Be like, what the fuck are these? Just throwing them around. Did he kiss one?
Or he poked it or something.
He did, and that's I say that it's weird to just juggle him around, but I told Brandon like if I ever saw those, I'd probably just slap the living hell out of them. Yeah, I would taste one for sure.
So now back
Give a little lick.
at base, Zartog easily steals the Wii remote and is now just spitting gibberish at the humans because they can't understand him.
Yeah, that's good.
And Seth, you had a theory.
Yeah, I did from last year.
Go ahead. Say it again.
I don't remember the full theory, but it was just about how when the monkeys get to Malgor, Ronkwall, that they can speak to the aliens because the aliens are also lower intellectually than the highest life form on the planet. So they can speak to each other. And Lucas so bravely said that this movie is Dune. Or the planet was Dune.
It was Dune. There were sandworms.
There were sandworms. It was Dune.
And so that's why the humans couldn't understand him because they are the highest intellectual.
It did lose. Malgor lost a little grit this episode. It was less Dune and more fucking Teletubby land this time.
It was very
It
Teletubby.
Sucked, dude.
There was no grit. No.
There was never that ethereal plane where they were in the cloud contemplating
cloud of
life.
Id.
The cloud of
It was the
Id,
cloud of
yeah.
Id.
It was shaped like a nose. Because it was fucking
Racist.
Freud's giant schnoz. Yeah.
I forgot about that.
I think that was my other theory, is the movie was incredibly anti-Semitic. And
That's
super
right.
pro-Christian.
Which is why you gave it a 10.
Oh, God. That was exactly why. God, no, I'm not like the Kanye of this podcast, am I?
I think so.
Triumph of the Will, you said, was your favorite movie.
You
Is that
and my
the-
dad's.
Yeah, that's right, the Nazi movie. Me and Brandon's dad's favorite movie. If I'm going down, you're coming with me.
Slam
Michael.
some beers and watch it every Friday night.
And so
Wouldn't it
now
be funny if you found out your dad and I had a secret friendship we've had for like 10
that'd be
years?
awesome.
We would drink beers every Friday.
Yeah.
And hate the Jews.
And hate the Jews also. Yeah, we like hate drink
That's
beers.
your common bond.
Yeah.
To be fair, we don't hate the Jews.
Who's we?
All of us.
All of us. No. Are we like clearing it up now?
We're clearing that up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just to be safe.
Kelly,
in
we
case-
don't hate you.
Yeah. We love the Jews, yeah. It's my favorite.
Number one.
Yeah.
It's my favorite number one.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly
My next
correct.
note is absurd. It just says bouncing and playing tag on good fungaroos time.
There's too much
I'm mad
happy
about
stuff
that.
going on Malgor, paired with the impending doom on Earth. They
Dune.
like the cut between them doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like it could have been amplified if there was some danger on both places, so they cut back and forth between. But it's like
yeah.
danger, and then it's like, oh, they're fucking
They
telephones
just-
are making out. There's danger.
Yeah.
Like, no, they're going fucking hang gliding. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hated that, and Seth and I both brought this up, is that the writers of this could not write names for other things. Like they've already called things the Kilowallahillo you has,
They give
but
it
they
up.
couldn't name the fucking mushroom. They're like,
Yeah.
what are these called? She's like, I don't know. You could call them whatever they want. The
Bouncy
bouncy
shroom.
bouncy shroom. He's like, how about the fungalores
Yeah.
or the fungaroos?
That was we got the Fluvians and we got the Globhoppers.
Or you got
and
the
that's
snail
a snail horse. It's a snail that doubles as a horse. That
Yeah, how
was
do
the
they know
best
where the
part.
horse is?
They have to have horses somewhere too. A horse snail. They just flip the sizes. But they're flying on the Fluvian past the guy and they're like, "Hello, snail horse." There's a guy riding it. Say hi to the guy.
Yeah, how do that
There's like a
animal and not the
dude.
not the beanbag?
Yeah, it'd be like if I went over to your house and said, "Hey, Caesar," and then just left and didn't even talk
You've
to
done
you
that.
guys. No, I've not done that.
Well, you have greeted Caesar before me.
Oh, every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the scientists are trying to communicate with Zartog, and Zartog kills Boss Man because he got that Wii remote, and now he wants to go to Malgor. And Ham and Luna are talking to Comet and Kilowatt to try and get them to come back, telling them everything, and they're just like, TTFN. What did that mean?
Ta-ta for now, is what Comet said.
It's the same. Yeah.
They're like, we need you. We're dying here. Ta-ta for now. And Titan comes in thinking that he's like, you won't believe what I just did. I saw that idiot Zartog. I gave him level 5 clearance. Everybody else like, you did the fuck what?
And he's like, "What did I do?" And then he falls asleep, I
Yeah,
think.
he's like, that was a terrible decision.
Yeah. The fucking crimes of another planet are rattling around his head. He can't think straight. Can't function.
But everyone,
He's fresh off of doing a million crunches in a row.
A million crunches.
and
And
then
a million
And he's
dead.
like, he hops off and he's like, I don't remember why I did that. But I'm awesome.
Yeah, I've completed this linear, single-minded task that I don't remember completing. Nap time.
I'm sleepy.
I love that they gave him PTSD, and it's like the joke of the movie is that he'll never be the same. Like, she was talking to Hammer, and she's like, did you lose some brain cells when he crash landed? And he's like, no, I'm fine. And she goes, well, seriously, Titan actually did. He'll never be the same. Like, her tone changes. She's like, for real though, he needs medical help. And then it just cuts to him doing
Two more crunches. He's like,
it's
400,000.
He was so confident and machismo in the first movie, and he's a shell of himself in this movie.
Absolutely, and it's supposed to play off as humor, but like It is. It's funny that they thought it would be funny, but like
Yeah.
watching it, it's a little bit sad.
Yeah, it's funny discussing it.
Yeah, I was talking about it right now. It's like it's so funny that the writers of this movie thought PTSD was the one thing you could like capitalize on.
But
Everyone's
watching
gonna
it,
love
I
this.
never laughed once.
No, like what the
I
fuck?
did.
Is he okay?
But apparently,
I got a couple of quotes from him.
apparently, there's
I
a
have one.
secret camera in the mission control room that they can all watch on via Kama's laptop.
Yeah.
But apparently, Zartog knew that it was there the whole time because he looks into it. He's like, "Hey, fuckers, give me ham."
I wish they did that.
So,
They fuckers.
so fuck face. So Comet's like, I gotta come back to Earth to save them, and he's gonna use his technology knowledge to stop the weapon. But Kilowatt is like, I'm joining you on this journey back to Earth. He's like, I need a co-pilot, but her arms are too short.
Yeah, she can't reach shit.
And he's like, make sure you stay buckled in. This could get bumpy. And then the next scene is them flying off, and she's standing at the window waving goodbye to everyone. It's like, you aren't buckled.
There was no point in him going to Maltor or whatever.
He had
Fraggle Rock.
booty call.
Yeah, he just needed some poon.
He went to go get laid and then brought her back, but like Luke was just saying, it was just such a nice time the whole time he was there. Anytime they cut to the action,
His vacation.
And
he's like, I'm
the
gonna be
the
there for a
realist.
I'm gonna, yeah, I'll
The
see you guys in
realist
3
space
weeks.
slot.
Nice.
That
Yeah.
one works.
And then yeah, they're just like, hey, we're in trouble. You got to come back. And he's like, okay. So he comes back, and there's no problem getting to the planet or coming back from the planet or any trouble on the planet.
There's a lot of scenes of Zartog just spitting gibberish to scientists
There
too.
was
It happened like six times.
week. Yeah, they knew it was funny.
They
And-
got it.
He killed
That
one
kid
of the
from
scientists.
Thornberrys. That's exactly what he sounded like.
They killed one of the scientists, and then he blasts Dr. Poole, and she's dying, and Dr. Jagu goes over to her and confesses his love as she disappears.
Yeah. And she does the Han Solo I know thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
And Comet's like trying to land this rocket. He's coming in, but Kilowatt can't control her fear. And when she gets too scared, she lights up, and she's got these high beam lights coming from her head. Luckily, Comet had some shades on to block out these high beam lights to try and land this fucking ship.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
That's- yeah.
I need you to
Go ahead, Seth.
No, you go ahead. I always
No,
interrupt.
go ahead.
No, please.
It's just such a
I-
small speed bump that they manufactured and then solved in 2 seconds.
Yes.
You know, it's like, oh my god, it's so bright. Oh, sunglasses. All right, we're going.
I was pissed about it because the first time he's, oh, you're too bright. I can't like leave the atmosphere. I can't see shit out here in space. I'm gonna hit more space.
The
A
space
tree.
snake.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit a tree if you don't stop that. And she's like, control your fear, control your fear. And it was like cringy watching her do that because from the first movie there was like kind of a payoff with it where it's
It's
a
them
scared little
making fun of
thing.
anxiety again. She's terrified of these situations. She's like, calm
Yeah.
down.
Oh, and this one is
Control your fears. Control your fears. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hilarious.
yeah, they're like bullying her. But the first one was way better with that, where she's in
Yeah.
the cave and like she's like sacrificing herself. And this one is she's just like, I can't really. Can you stop being so
Yeah, it's
anxious?
a
I
kid with
can't
a
see.
flashlight in the back.
Yeah,
He
fucking
put sunglasses
stupid.
on.
The
much
father,
better.
turn off those overhead lights. I cannot see while I'm
Yeah,
driving.
he puts sunglasses on at night.
Yeah. So now you get this long scene because they're waiting for Comet to come in to have him technologically help. So Ham
Techno style.
style. So Ham decides to do this long drawn out magic distraction scene to stall.
On Zartog. The
But he
confrontation of Zartog.
did he
yeah.
also was he actually using magic?
Yeah,
It,
Is there food ready for you?
no.
Oh.
But he was, I think he's just using incredible sleight of hand, but because he's Ham, he goes too far with it. Because at one point he does have the Wii remote in his hand.
It was a great
and they're like,
trick.
oh shit, he did it. And then he's like,
Yeah.
it's too much of a hot dog. He like ends up giving it back to him with another trick.
I predicted that for sure.
Yeah.
I said that halfway through the act. He's gonna give it back to him.
Yeah, Zartog gets the weapon back, and he shoots at Ham again, misses, hits Dr. Jagu, who has a last-minute dream of being a ballet dancer,
Oh,
and then he
This is
departicalizes.
nice.
did we talk about his dance scene already?
Nope.
Oh,
This is nice.
Oh, yeah, when he
his
does
whole
the
dance scene.
breakdown.
Because that was one of my favorite parts in the first movie. His robot's sick because they could just
The robot,
animate it
this was
poorly.
way better than the robot.
Oh yeah, it was like
This was
a
art.
60-second clip of him just dancing. It was awesome.
He gets it. But Ham's like, I gotta get out of here, grabs a jetpack. Zartog straps on a jetpack too. And now they're flying around chasing each other. And Comet's in the stratosphere and just fucking hits Zartog with the space shuttle, saving Ham. But Zartog is hanging on tightly. And so Comet's like, we're gonna nosedive. And he nosedives, flings Zartog off, and then lands the space shuttle on a truck.
Driven by Houston.
Again.
But somehow Zartog
Semi-truck.
fell from the sky, still holding. He got hit by a space shuttle and fell from the sky to Earth, holding the remote.
Not to mention he lived.
Yeah. And they land the space shuttle, and everybody's like, yeah, hooray. And Kilowatt's like, oh my God, it's so great to see you. And Zartog just like, bang! Just kills Kilowatt.
That was so funny.
Instead of Ham, who was right there.
Yeah, who
takes
he's
out
been
Kilowatt.
talking about the whole movie. Who none of us have an emotional attachment to now that he's Tom Kenny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kills Kilowatt. And Kilowatt is like, if that banana berry could call me in Malgor, it can call to the ethereal plane of departicleization, and that I'll be residing in, so we'll always be together via video chat. And I was like, what the hell?
Did she say that?
No, she was like, if your banana berry could call me in Malgor, we can still stay in touch.
Call me in hell. Yeah.
I don't think she said that.
Yeah. She said if your banana berry could
I don't remember that either.
If your banana berry could call me, we can still stay in touch.
I remember her saying, remember the banana berry, it affected
how
it worked on Malgor, it'll work here the same way, and then it fucks with Zartog's head so he can steal the remote.
That's what I thought happened.
Oh, that is what she said, but I thought it was like,
no,
remember how it worked? This is how it can work, and you can stay in touch with me.
You still call me in
It was
hell.
like, this is how you defeat Zartog. Yeah, it wasn't like keep in contact after I die with your hell phone. No.
An easy slip up.
It is an easy slip up. I get it. Because you hear, like, remember from the love interest, you're like, oh, how corny.
Remember the banana berry in Malgor. No. I'm like, oh, you can make video calls.
No.
Okay.
Well, yeah, apparently. No, she's like, yeah, you can fucking get him on Molly.
Yeah. Get Zartog high.
So he's like going to kill Comet when Comet, he's like, you have any last wishes? Stupidest thing to say, because he's like, I need to make a call. So he dials his phone.
Yeah, and Zartog's like, okay.
Zartog instinctually dances and glitches out, and it gives time for Ham to come in on the jetpack, steal the remote, and as he's like flipping and turning, zap Zartog, departicleizes him. Yeah. And so they're all celebrating and whatnot.
I like how, though it is Comet's story, Ham is still the star at the last.
Yeah, he's still the hero. Yeah.
He's still the action hero.
But
yeah, that's what I was laughing earlier when you were like, they went from the 6th or 7th most important person to like him as the main protagonist. But in my head, I was like, he's still kind of the 6th or 7th most important person in this movie.
But Comet gets his little hero arc here as well because he quotes Einstein and then is like, I can change the remote to double the particle beam or whatnot to reverse time.
Button.
But the reverse button isn't reverse at all. It doesn't reverse time. He just gets to pick and choose who to bring back to life, like they were stored inside the remote or something.
And how to bring them back.
And which voices they can have when they come back.
I don't know if they have different souls or different voices.
That's true.
I think voices. Because the guy was like, thank God I don't have a girl's voice. Oh my God.
That's right.
Yeah.
So he brings everybody but Zartog back to life.
Brand and I were waiting at that seat. Kilowatt she had the Indian guy's voice. And we were like, how funny would it be if we could see her talk like that?
That was the only one they didn't show.
We never got it.
But yeah, so he brings them all back and yeah, and changes all their voices back. He fixes that too. And
thank you. Come again.
Control your fears. It would have been awesome. They deprived us.
Lindelberry is only for special friends. I don't know what the hell that is. Thank you. Come again. I gotta get back.
You gotta get back into it. Yeah.
Yeah. Do a couple laps. Thank you. Come again.
Then don't forget the banana berry and Malgor.
Who did that guy's voice before they hired somebody who was actually Indian to do it?
I don't know.
It was Apu. I don't know.
But After all this, everyone's congratulating, and Comet, he decides to use the remote to bring back Zartog, but makes him tiny. I mean, he was already small, but he's like 1 foot now.
And he makes him frog-sized.
And he runs away. No one stops him as he runs away.
He's so fast.
He's fucking fast as hell. And Comet is now part of the circus. He's doing high wire unicycle tricks, spin the chimp, which is apparently a hot commodity at the circus.
I love that.
You asked for it.
Who's asking for it?
That's the quote I have. Is
Go to
we're
the zoo,
doing
see that?
backed by popular demand because you demanded this. In the chimp. He's like
torturing a
Yeah,
primate.
what I think when I go to the zoo and I see a chimp, how to spin that baby.
I'm imagining like strap him to one of those big ass wheels and just fucking
Yeah.
hurl him.
Price is right. Yeah.
Price is
Yeah.
right. Yeah. He's bound, hands
Love
behind
that.
his head,
They're throwing knives at
ankles
him.
intertwined. They're throwing knives at him.
But so, and he even gets to go in the cannon. Apparently, that was one of his dreams with Ham too.
It wasn't though.
That wasn't for a second. Earlier, he's like, "Hey,
It was
you gonna
supposed
show me how to get shot out or later today."
I think it was supposed to be part of his larger training though to get to like his space training. He's like, hey, you want to at least start with the cannon thing? You said at the
I
very
thought it was,
least
like,
you would put me in the
One of his
cannon.
interests.
It could have been that too.
Could have been.
I think I read too
A
much
hobby.
into it.
But Zartog, now tiny, running from the Dotson that used to pee on him, and that like little glimpse of that astronaut guinea pig from earlier that they threw against a wall as well,
Because Ham pulled him out of a hat.
is also chasing him around. And that is the end of Space Chimps 2. Zartog strikes back. A lot of claps from you.
Yeah.
Do we want to try and at least get through quotes?
Yeah.
We can pause right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really thought this was going to be a short one.
I think it still is.
What
I
was
thought
the
it'd be longer.
recording
140.
at? The recording's 140?
Mhm.
I think this is one of the first movies I ever had like a breakdown at. The first Space Chimps was our recording. Because I remember crying laughing at when we were talking about him just dunking people in the Freznar.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're all leaving the planet and he's just going crazy.
Furiously.
That
Yeah.
and Monkey in Iraq.
That one I did laugh pretty hard at. I think this is that was the first episode that my trademark nervous breakdown.
Disassociation.
Yeah, exactly that.
I mean, you kind of lost it at Winona Ryder in the truck, too.
I mean, to be fair, that was incredibly funny.
It
though.
was.
Yeah.
Got way out of hand real quick.
That was so good. I need to listen to that one back. That's one of my favorites.
Okay, I'm ready.
You need to listen to The Room.
I can't listen to episodes I'm not in. Right
Why?
now, because I'm not in them.
So?
I told you I only listen back to make sure I'm not like super racist.
Laugh at your own jokes.
But you've seen
Yeah, that
Napoleon
too.
Dynamite plenty of times, so maybe I'll at least get a kick out of it since you know the movie.
It's true. It's true.
Come here.
If you listen,
Don't touch my thigh.
if you
Actually, no one's recording. I don't care.
if you listen to The Room, you do not have to listen to Red Notice.
What?
And
Are we negotiating?
Yeah, we're negotiating.
Did you see what Tarantino said about Red Notice?
That's great
He
cinema.
said it didn't exist. He's like, how does this movie doesn't exist? It's like this movie cost like $100 million or whatever, and no one's seen it. It doesn't exist. He was very
Pretty much.
anti-Red Notice.
That's what we talked about, so he gets
My
it.
guy.
Actually, you would
Thanks.
love Red Notice though, because Lucas and I did that bit for 35 minutes where we pretended you were there.
Yeah,
I
I
would
was
love
like,
that.
whoa, you said that. What?
That's fucking nasty. Quit making that period joke, Seth.
You said the president's head should be cut off?
I did.
That's what we did for 35 minutes.
That's awesome. That's such a long time to do that.
All
I'm
right.
so happy.
You
Talk about
ready, Seth?
your old crush, Bailey something.
Bomar.
Bomar, yeah.
Mhm.
Bailey
Yeah.
Bomar.
You ready, Lucas?
Bailey
Yeah.
Boner.
Nice.
Ooh, did you?
No. No,
Could
she
you?
probably didn't have sex till she was like 20, 22.
Is there still a
Probably.
chance?
For me,
Yeah.
I think anything is possible if you try hard enough. And I'm not talking about like rape or anything. I'm
Thank
saying,
God.
I'm saying like I could change my entire personality to steal somebody. Anybody could. But
That sounds like a crime still.
It does. Like I'm just taking. Yeah. It's still the same crime as before, but now I'm a better man.
We're all dressed in all black.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's a full suit. I went to Men's Warehouse, spent like $1,000 to look like the greatest black suit ever, but also just put a ski mask on. Yeah, that took her.
What ski mask the slump got on?
What's that?
What ski mask the slump got on?
Yeah, it's his face over a ski mask.
All right, Lucas, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Fussing for you because I got that drip.
1,
Sorry.
2, 3, play.
Woo!
Woo! Lucas is leaving.
Woo!
Quotes. How many we have?
Ass
and titties.
Like in terms of numbers of quotes?
Yes.
9.
I have 6.
It's a decent amount. I think it's more than I had last week.
I have 12, but 5 are from me or Seth. So, Lucas, kick it off.
I have 1 from you.
Am I halving it?
You're halving it.
My first is from Comet when he's being a personal assistant to Ham. He goes, "Ham, you're the new face of lowrider jeans."
Yeah, he
I
was.
laughed at it. He's the face of it. My next one here is from a reporter talking to the senator, the president of NASA. The president said, "Now you'll have to excuse us. We're working on a top secret mission. Like, goodbye, leave." And then the guy goes, "What's the top secret mission?" That's kind of funny.
I'll kill you.
At one point, Ham says, "To infinity and a blonde."
There's one of Seth's.
Felt pretty forced.
It did feel forced, and Brandon made me write it down.
You laughed.
Yeah, because it was forced.
Because it was forced.
Did he say infinity and a blonde?
Yes.
Ridiculous.
You, the writer, when he wrote that, he's like,
Yeah.
This is going to be awesome. All the 8-year-olds across the globe are
Yeah,
going
they're
to
gonna
rejoice
get
when
it.
they hear this.
8-year-olds love blondes.
Woo! That's what they say. That's what they'll say. Just you watch, Ma. All right, I guess it's my turn. I'll do 4 since I was going to do that anyway. This one's from Brandon, the very first one. It's Comet's waiting for Ham to come back. He goes, "Oh, here comes the presidential helicopter." And Brandon just very loudly goes, "What?" It's like
Weird
5
plot
minutes into the
line.
movie, and the president's helicopter is landing in the monkey
Force
circus
One.
zone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is when Comet's in space. He's taking a selfie with like a black hole, and he goes, "The Hubble telescope ain't got nothing on me." I had to repeat it for Brandon. He was like, "What did he say?" That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Blackberry.
With his BlackBerry.
Banana berry.
Banana. This is when he's going through the little hyper tunnel, and he's having the visions of everybody. Titan comes up, and he says, "Some chimps were born to push envelopes. Others were born to lick them." Which sounds great in Patrick Warburton's voice, too.
Yeah, he's a good voice actor.
And my finale one, one of the scientists asked the senator guy, "Are we supposed to be exploring space or blowing it up?" And he says, "What's the difference?" It's a very, very clear difference, I think.
Okay, my first one is during the narration, like recapping what happened in the first one.
Oh.
And if you had never seen the first one,
Really?
just all of the words that they use in there, I was like, this is
That's
absurd.
right.
It's
That's
just
right.
They even brought back a strange relic of alien life on the nose cone of their rocket. And that Freznar encased tyrant from the planet Malgor was called Zartog. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's.
We're right back into this. They did not ease me into it.
Come on, let's go.
They
There's
hit me
monkeys
with-
there in space. We got an evil frozen
I
guy.
know. From the
They hit me
title,
with
yeah.
Malgor, Zartog, and Freznar in the first 2 sentences.
It's awesome. It's so funny.
Um,
It's Comet thinks to say it all. The guy who wasn't there.
Seth immediately right off the bat, first video call, she wants to fuck so bad.
Oh yeah.
Which is funny because the first video call, there's a little bit of tension and it grows, but you were so right.
I was on it.
Yeah.
I got my
Yeah.
finger on the pulse of the aliens.
This is right during the presidential helicopter landing, and Ham just goes, hey, if the president ever wants to shoot hoops again with me, have him call my personal assistant. And I was like, what the hell?
What are you saying?
Call
You can't. The pilot can't hear you.
A Seth and me quote. Seth goes, every time a rocket launches, and I go, a Zartog breaks its shell.
That's right. We did say that.
Oh my god, this is right when he breaks out of his shell. Zartog goes, a new day has dawned, and that day is Zartog. I was like, fuck that.
It's Tuesday.
Stupid. And then right after the selfie of the Nebula Galaxy or whatnot, the autopilot goes, and on the right, the Whirlpool Galaxy. And I was like, that's the Milky Way. Like, is that the Whirlpool Galaxy? Was there a patent on Milky Way? The computer's
also stupid. It did launch by itself.
That's true.
Without telling anybody.
Lucas,
someone said, light this candle.
Coming back to you.
This is from what's his face Comet when he's trying to talk to Kilowatt, and he goes, "Whoa, your head does light up when you're scared. That's so cool."
He loved that shit.
Like that's like her anxiety manifesting. He's like fucking sick.
That was really funny. That's what I was saying. He got to that planet and immediately just started disrespecting women. It was crazy.
So respectful on phone.
Yeah. No, baby, I love you. I'm gonna be over there soon. He gets there. He's like, "Sup, bitch? My pants are off. Why am my dick getting sucked?"
I heard you got a
Why
big
your head glow.
I heard you got a big head. Make that shit glow, baby.
That's exactly.
That's sick. That's sick with it, Boo. This is from Boo from Globhoppers. When they're walking through the village, she just to two of the beanbags. She just goes, "Hey, Loomba. Hey, Salda." They're just like, "What's up?" Yeah. And my last one is my favorite, I think, from the whole movie. It's from Titan in his traumatic stupor. He's wandering through and he sees Zartog there. And his nemesis from the first movie, and he goes, Zartog, old chap. Like, he's fucking great Gatsby. It's great.
Old sport.
That whole scene is so good.
Old chap.
Where you been? Where you been hanging out these days? In a backyard garden. Sounds serene.
It sounds like a crooner.
That's the time where he calls him. He says you're looking uglier than ever.
Yeah.
But Titan's right as an alien.
The only interesting character in this, I would argue.
I love him. Did you take down the other quote from one of the beanbags on the planet when Comet's talking to him?
No.
I don't think I wrote it down either. Comet's walking around in the village, and they're like, "Everything's so great since you saved us from Zartog and the Freznar." And Comet just goes, walks away.
That's right.
Didn't give a shit.
Because he doesn't know. He wasn't there.
Okay. He wasn't there. All right. What's fourth ultimate? What word is that?
Quad
ultimate. This is Kilowatt seeing the Earth for the first time. She goes, "It's more beautiful than I could ever imagine." And just a JPEG, the Earth pixelated.
The worst picture of Earth I've ever seen.
So bad. They could have done better. Zartog, after seeing all the tricks, he's like fucking with the Wii remote and the magic. Because the magic runs deep with this monkey. Just thought it was a funny little line. Nothing to say about it.
The Force is strong with this one. It was a Star Wars reference.
Yeah, kind of like that. Penultimate, because I forgot to say tri-ultimate. My third tri-ultimate. No, there's nothing there. When Zartog gets hit with the departicle gun, he says, "Wait, I still have so much love to give."
The evil character through 2 films.
Yeah. His final words. For note's sake, it's anti-penultimate.
Oh, thank you.
3?
Yep, and then fourth to last is pre-anti-penultimate.
What's the
fifth to last, you ask? Pre-anti-penultimate.
What is the fourth one again? I'm sorry.
Pre-anti-penultimate.
Pre-anti-pen-ol. Pre-anti-anti. Pre-anti-anti. I'll remember that.
Pro-pre.
5 is pro pre anti penultimate.
I guess that makes sense because anti
6
is
to
like
last.
isn't always like opposite. Like
Mm.
antagonist is evil, but no, it is just opposed though.
Anti means against is the Greek and Latin.
That's like
Latin
straight
root.
up.
Yeah.
Well, all those roots have like a second kind of similar meaning to them too, though.
It
Well, this one's
stops at
against.
5, it says.
That's
Damn.
so stupid. All right, well, here's my prenatal anti-ultimate quote.
Fighter.
Oh, I already did this one too. Now, because you demanded it, we will spin the chimp.
Spin the chimp.
It sounds
Would
like
have been better with Keenan.
It would have been. Instead, they had the clown that like taking bananas in the ear.
Yeah.
This guy's awesome. Fucking him.
All right, my finishing ones. We've already said this one too. A metal beast. I shall capture it and learn its secrets. But then Seth goes, he really thinks he's Kobe Bryant right now, doesn't
He
he?
tried to jump over a car.
It
wasn't about the quote.
I know. This is
That'd be funny though.
Ham when they're talking about the computer, and he goes, all I know how to do with that thing is download Chimps Gone Wild.
So stupid.
There's less chimp puns in this one.
There were a lot less.
Yeah, because Titan was he'd lost his fervor and his will to live.
He was reckoning with his god.
Whatever his chimp god.
Yeah, this is when Dr. Jagu's breaking it down, and at the very end he goes, I say Hubble, you say telescope, Hubble, and then there's nothing else, but you did say
I did say telescope because I love his dancing. Of course. He requested it.
This was me. I went, wouldn't it be so funny if he got departicleized in the middle of this dance and then he did shoot Boss Man like a second later?
Yeah, but it wasn't in the mid. It wasn't mid dance. Like
Yeah.
Open.
And penultimate. This is Kilowatt. She's going, let's use our jetpacks. And Seth goes, Fluvians, let's go. He was so hyped about it.
I was really excited. I just thought of one more quote that it's not like a quote. It was a thing. Everybody was getting departicleized, and the Indian dancing guy was the last one to go, and he's like, he got hit by it, and he's like, I haven't lived out my dream yet to be a solo dancer in like a professional ballet, and it goes into his head. We didn't talk about this, did we?
I did bring it up. We didn't go about going into his head, but
yeah, it goes into his head.
It's a little ballet dance number.
Yeah, he's doing a little number, and he's got the Jane Lynch scientist, and he's like spinning her around, and he throws her up.
Dr. Poole.
Dr. Poole, thank you. And it comes back down as a fat scientist and lands on him, and then it cuts back to reality, and he's like, what?
And then disappears.
Like, why did I fantasize that? He's like just confused before he dies.
And my last quote is my favorite one. I skipped past it for a second.
Oh shit.
Because this is when Comet's coming back through the wormhole and trying to call like mission control, and he calls a number and they answer it on the other line. She's like, NASA mission control, and it's just like, and she's like, hey Clive, we got another chimp stuck in a wormhole. Like
that was funny.
He presses 5
to
get to her line.
Yeah.
Because she knows.
She knows.
She knows.
I thought that was like the best joke in the movie. It was really
We
funny.
got another chimp stuck in that wormhole.
That's good.
They get it. And
that's quotes. So it is ratings time. There's one that I don't have, and it's Metascore.
Okay.
What?
I don't have a critic Metascore.
What?
Did
Sorry.
you do it on your own?
No, I didn't do it on my own. How would I even?
Numbers?
How would I
All the
even?
critics?
No, I didn't do that. I did not do that. I did not do that. Sorry.
Okay.
But I do have a Rotten Tomatoes critic score. Seth, you're kicking it off.
49.
Okay.
Oh,
Lucas?
my friend, that is way too high. I'm going to go with a 7.
Lucas is right. He wins.
It's too high.
If it's anything below 49, he wins.
7.
Damn.
7%. Lucas is our winner today. It's a 0.
Jesus, what? Nobody said yes at all?
0%.
On Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah.
Not a single person was like, yeah, this movie's fine.
Nope.
That's hilarious.
I mean, there's probably only like 7 reviewers.
Yeah, that's fair
for
too.
Direct to video, yeah.
Yeah. Lucas, you're kicking it off. Audience score percentage.
Give me. I'm thinking because this is not. A lot of these times, these bad movies are bad enough to be memeable that people will be like 10 out of 10. It's Morbius. So I don't think this one has that sort of cultural cachet. So I'm going to go with a 13%.
Did you say 30?
13.
13.
Damn.
Your guess?
I guess 22.
The winner today is Seth. It's a
Ooh.
34.
I was going to say
Congrats.
37, then he said 13, and I was afraid. No. I mean, I still won.
Yeah.
But I could have been cooler about it.
And last is an audience score on IMDb out of 10. Seth. You got this.
Audience.
Yes.
What was the last thing I just guessed?
Well, you said 22.
Audience,
Yeah.
Rotten
But you
Tomatoes.
wanted to say
That was
37.
Audience Rotten Tomato. Okay. 2.8.
Okay. Lucas?
1.8. 1.8.
Is that
1.8.
okay? Is that 1.7 or 1.8?
Brandon.
1.75.
That's fair. You can do that.
Repeating.
One of you guys is right.
5 repeating.
And it's
Is
not
it
1.75
1.75?
repeating. It's a 2.8.
Let's
Seth gets it,
I get
which
double
means you get double points, which means you win on the double point.
Of course I win
What a-
Space
What a
Chimps 2.
drastic turnaround.
Because Lucas is our loser this week, he owes the listeners a chimpanzee. He owes them a beanbag.
It might
That's
look like
there
a
you go.
human child. Trust me, it's a chimp.
Trust him.
Trust
He
him.
did
He's
his
really
research.
smart.
And he's
So critics gave it a 0 and a not applicable for a 0%. And audience is a 28 and a 34 for a 31%. Lucas, what are you giving Space Chimps 2 Zartog Strikes Back?
Oddly, I think I connected more with this one than the first movie in some form or fashion. Maybe it's just my familiarity being my fourth time through as Space Chimps.
Fourth?
Yeah, because
IP.
I watched Space Chimps when I was a child. I watched Space Chimps on the podcast. I
Oh,
watched Space
like
Chimps 2.
all of Space
Yeah,
Chimps in general. Okay.
Oh, I
So
thought
this
you
is-
hadn't
yeah.
seen it.
Space Chimps 2? No, I tortured myself.
No, I thought you hadn't. I thought the first time you watched Space Chimps was last year with us.
Nope, I'd seen that. We have a DVD of that bitch in our basement.
Nice.
That bitch.
Chimps
That
in space.
the little
That
fucker.
bitch. So, all that said, I'm going to give it a 0.5 because it's horrific.
I'm glad it's
Nonsensical
lower.
choices. It is lower. It's a worse movie. I try not to gauge it against the first movie because I think each film should stand on their own in some form or fashion. You know, it's not like a better or worse, but it was a lot worse, so it does get a worse score.
Okay. Seth? You gave Space Chimps 1 a 10.
I did, yeah. Well, I gave it a 7.3 because you wouldn't let me give it a 10. But then retroactively, I gave it a 10.
Yeah.
I don't know, like an 8.
Oh!
No, it's probably like I don't know. I'll say 4.
a 4.
It's like a 4.
Okay. Reasoning?
Wildly different answer.
Wait, from you and him or from 8 and 4?
8 to 4.
Yeah.
It's
I guess
probably,
both.
It's probably closer to like a 2.6, but I love
Another
Space
different
Chimps so
answer.
much. I'm an insane person. I don't belong on this podcast. It was my 1 year anniversary at BAM yesterday, and he was talking to his my boss is talking to his roommates, and he's like, this guy's got pants that look like Toy Story clouds. You know Toy Story clouds, you're like a film buff. And I was like, no, I'm absolutely not. And he goes, he's talking to his roommates, he goes, this guy literally has a movie podcast. So I interrupt, and I was like, yeah, but I'm the guy that doesn't watch movies on the podcast. They needed me.
Buff.
I'm a movie buff. And I give Space Chimps a 10. I don't belong here with you guys.
You do.
I'm giving it a 4 because I like Space Chimps
Okay.
and the property.
But it was also
4.0.
marginally worse than the first one.
Not marginally, a 6-point difference. And there's only 10 points to go.
Like, drastically.
60%
different drop.
Yeah, the movie was bad, just straight up. The beginning was very slow. They didn't need to bring they didn't need to do an intro, flashback of what had happened. Like, if you're watching Space Chimps 2, you've definitely seen the first one. But there were some fun parts. Like, it was kind of funny. The characters were a little dancing. That was nice. I liked how horny the Comet and Kilowatt were for some reason. That was fun to me.
Liked that element.
Yeah,
He loved that.
That
He
was
loved
funny.
it.
I enjoyed that. Yeah. I don't know, something about an alien and a monkey being attracted to each other just made it more
Gets you
enjoyable
going,
for me
yeah,
to
of
watch.
course.
Yeah.
So would you not give this like a fresh rating then on Rotten Tomatoes?
I don't
Even
think I
you?
would. I don't think I would. Because I don't see this. I love that. I can have artistic integrity and moral integrity for myself. I love the for Space Chimps, and I think this is like kind of slaughtering what I'd come to enjoy about it, you know?
Fair.
It was like a sacred thing I'd enjoyed that they were like, how do we, cash in on this?
Largely how I felt watching The New White Men Can't Jump. Yeah.
Ooh, no.
Sad.
And my rating for us is a 0.9. I gave the first one a 1.3, so I dropped 0.4. I'm the exact same as Lucas. I dropped 0.4 on it.
I still can't believe, looking back on that movie, how low you guys rated it.
That's crazy. It's bad.
It's not that bad.
Yeah,
it's
is.
not 1 point. You've rated so many worse movies.
I don't. Yeah, it's an odd spot because I think a lot of those quote unquote worst movies have some more interesting stuff on them. My things.
There's so many things during this recording you've been like, remember in the first one when they were doing this and like we're like smiling and laughing about it, thinking of the first movie. And you're saying that other bad movies are more interesting.
Yes.
I think so.
I don't get it. I'm really just confused. I'm not doing a bit. I don't get it. Are you sliding away?
He doesn't have headphones, so
he doesn't know what I'm saying.
No,
I can hear you. It's kind of a goofy setup now.
Okay.
It's catching our audio through his microphone.
Not,
interesting.
Nice.
And so it's just bad. That's all I'm going to say. 0.9, 0.5, and 4. That's a 5.4, which makes it a 1.8 average.
Okay.
Terrible. You hated this film watching it.
Yeah.
And lastly, I've got 6 reviews for you guys.
Ooh,
the first one's by no critics.
No Big Rog?
No Big Rog.
Had he passed by this time?
No, it's 2010.
2013? He passed?
He passed in 2013. This was 2010.
What if I slapped you?
Go ahead.
Do it.
Harder.
Let's do it into the mic. Get closer. So the people can... It's the people's slap.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Could you imagine if like my neck turned and it popped as well?
Just 360 degrees.
No, I didn't say that. I just said it popped.
No, but I went further.
Oh. My first one is by Neil476 on June 2nd, 2010.
I turned your printer off.
Why? Now I'm going to have to like realign it and everything. It's going to print out that sheet with the marks on it. You ass.
I thought I'd turned it on, so I thought I was turning it back off.
Well, on June 2nd, 2010, Neil476 says, frankly, I'm surprised that the original was successful enough to warrant a sequel. And it's a sequel which brings nothing new to the table. The animation barely passes muster for TV kids CGI shows, and there's no improvement on its predecessor. Compared to what we are used to from Pixar and DreamWorks, it is, quite frankly, not good enough. The story is paltry. The characterization is limp. The 3D adds nothing. On the positive side, is bright and colorful and sufficiently amusing in the simplest of ways to please small children. And perhaps that is the basis on which it should be judged, because it falls far, far short on either basis. 3 out of 10.
Wow.
I wish we could have seen this in 3D.
That would have been awesome. The Kilowalla Hilo Hula Wehahas would have been so colorful.
Yeah, and all their giant dicks poking through the screen.
The gigantic cock and balls.
Mm-hmm.
That fuck scene?
Their bangers and mash.
That sex scene would have been awesome. Next one is by Slatrum Hizzaloof. Slatrum Hizzaloof. Slatrum H. Saloof. Slatrum Hizzaloof. October 15th, 2010, he says, This story wouldn't even hold the attention.
Foolish mortals backwards.
Ooh. They say this story
Smart
wouldn't
guy.
even hold the attention of a small child. I kept waiting for something to happen, but it never did. Recycled lowbrow attempts at humor typical of what Hollywood thinks our kids need. Turn on the TV and watch reruns of the Flintstones instead. Or better yet, take them to the park. This DVD is only suitable for target practice. I wonder how much money was wasted on this thing that could have went to feeding starving orphans.
You could say that about any movie, though.
I give it 12 thumbs down.
Whether it's good or not.
This movie is a canker sore on the lip of humanity. I would rather have genital warts than watch this thing again. The kids actually got up and left before it was halfway through and went to do their homework. Pass on this unless you think gastrointestinal distress is a screaming good time. Forget it. Pass on it even then. You have been warned. 1 out of 10.
A little over the top. I agree with you, Seth. I think that's a lame criticism because I think objectively, like, every single movie would be better off just donating all of it to orphans. Like, even our favorite movies would be a better overall outcome, but that's not life.
That's life.
It's not life.
That's what all the people say.
Like, the world would be better off if The Godfather never got made and it was all donated to children, but that'd be, I don't know. Maybe
then we won't have The
my
Godfather
brain on this. What the fuck?
Yeah, because then you got to think about certain movies having like a cultural impact, inspiring people to do the good things that we're talking about now. That money, although would be very good, is finite and doesn't inspire for years to come. So it depends on like morally what you're more in line with.
I think I should sell everything.
Yeah, right.
What you should do
you getting existential right now
is sell everything and invest it all into a savings account or something so that the money generates interest, so it's more and more, so that the money isn't finite, so that come the time when it's reached pinnacle operation and like monetary value, then you can donate it.
To the time when you're okay with it being finite.
Yeah. So there we go. That's
how many kids die in that time?
Yeah, and how the interest rates are super small too. And
but if we think that population is like an interest rate as well, where it continues to grow exponentially, there will be more kids dying per day in the future than there are now. So
the percentage of children starving is probably higher than the percentage of interest you accrue having money in a savings account.
That's true, or
is morbid.
In stocks, but that means that you would save more lives if you let it accrue, because the exponential of children born and starving.
Sit there with my money building in a bank account while kids are dying and be like, nope, I got the next round.
Yeah, this is for future kids, not you guys.
Sorry.
How do you come to terms with that yourself?
I don't know.
How do you reconcile
utilitarianism would say you save the most lives by letting it sit.
Utilitarianism is horseshit.
Yeah, utilitarianism is stupid.
Sorry.
They'll be like, you can torture a 2-year-old girl to death if it like makes 5 other people happy. That's what utilitarians say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's fucking trying to apply Occam's razor to literally any situation, which you can't do.
The trolley problem is utilitarianism.
It is. You just kill the one guy
that you know.
You throw yourself in front of it and kill everybody.
And you jerk off beforehand.
The bad guy
Nirvana as you die.
The dude who's putting people on tracks.
That's true.
Yeah, that's
nobody ever talks about that fucking dude.
Yeah,
that guy needs to chill.
Or woman.
It's definitely a man or woman in a top hat and a curly mustache.
Yeah,
even if it is a woman, you know she's sporting that. You have to if you're tying people to train tracks.
That's like a good little diatribe on our morality.
Yeah.
Are we all mad about our morality? I guess I am.
I'm always kind of sick with myself, especially with like eating animals. I always feel bad about that.
Yeah, I've been through that for sure. Everyone I think has been a vegetarian for like a month. They at least tried to do that, but after a while, I'm like, it's instinctually, and my body needs all that shit. And I'd hate tofu.
Yeah, of course.
That's not true. I do like tofu if I cook it.
If cooked right.
Yeah.
I bet if somebody else cooked it for you, you would probably enjoy it.
Mongolian Grill cooked it perfectly, and now they're dead. So
Mongolian Grill? Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. No, Mongolian Grill. It was an old chain we had in Billings.
It was the same as Hoo-Ha, basically.
Yeah.
But instead of an all like around buffet, you pick the size of bowl you wanted, and then they would cook it like that in front of you. It originally started as a crematorium, and then they changed it to this Mongolian restaurant. pretty awesome.
It was a crematorium before.
Yeah.
It was the best food in town.
It was so good. That's where you went on your birthday.
Every year.
All right, my next reviewer then, now that we've gone through Mongolian grills, vegetarianism, donating money, utilitarianism, and our moralities, is by Callie Gallagher, February 7th, 2021.
I did ruin this podcast.
They say, bestest movie ever with funny Family Guy, and it made by one of the primates that brought you Shrek. Truly a masterpiece in every way. 10 out of 10.
Did you watch the first one?
I don't know.
I think that's the review of the first one because that's what it says.
Yeah, but the director is the producer of Shrek, so maybe they are hearkening back.
They could be. I just know that was like a tagline that we'd read in the first episode.
Yeah.
From one of the
next one is by Raise911_838640. And they say, I didn't put a date on this. Could be. I didn't put a date on it, but they said movie is obviously targeted to kids, and I'm quite sure they will have fun with it. Animation is not a masterpiece, but not so bad as someone said. The big lack, in my opinion, is the story. Really, there isn't too much. Anyway, I found some scenes really funny. Also, I appreciated the attention to make it educative, creating interest about space and cosmology. The scene where Comet is flying to the planet, watching outside the ship's window at real planets and galaxies, is a touch of class. Finally, if you have kids that want to see a funny movie, this is a good choice. Otherwise, you can pass over it. 6 out of 10.
Good answer.
I think the biggest gripe with it was the story. My biggest problem with this tale was the story.
was all of it.
The crux of the thing really bothered me.
Yeah.
Penultimate review is by Oboe High.
We did the anti-penultimate already.
Yep. That was Raise 911.
And the pre-ante penultimate.
And the pro pre-ante.
Pro pre-ante?
Yeah.
That's pro is the last one?
That's 5.
Yeah.
Pro pre-ante penultimate.
Pro pre-ante.
October 25th, 2020, Oboe High says.
Ante.
Ooh. This person says the infinite monkey theorem states that
I had to laugh. That was really good.
I don't
know what it means.
The infinite monkey theorem states that a monkey hitting keys at random on a typewriter keyboard for an infinite amount of time will almost surely type any given text, such as the complete works of William Shakespeare. It is my belief that it would be easier for a monkey to rewrite the complete works of Shakespeare than write a film as bad as this. 1 out of 10.
It's a
good review.
It is a good. It reminds you of that.
Oh, go ahead. What does it remind you of?
You go ahead.
You go ahead.
Go ahead.
You guys.
You go ahead.
Did you hit me?
Yeah, he hit you.
You go ahead.
You go ahead.
You go ahead.
At this point.
Shit.
You go ahead. It reminds you of?
No.
Okay, and my ultimate review today.
Wait. It reminds me of the Simpsons episode where Mr. Burns has all the monkeys on typewriters to get him to write something.
Yeah.
And he's like, he picks one up and he goes, "It was the best of times. It was the blurst of times, you stupid monkey." It's good.
That is pretty good.
Yeah.
And my last one is by Cranberry 18989.
Nice. I love cranberry.
Cranberry with a
You
K.
have to let it linger.
You have to. You have to.
You
You have to let it.
You have to.
You have to let it.
Let it put me finger.
Yeah, that's nice.
October 30th, 2021, they say, Space Chimps 2 Zartog Strikes Back is a masterpiece of a film. I cannot put the amount of emotions I have gone through while watching this lovely film. I really cared about the relationship between the monkey and the fetus and was very invested in the story presented in the film. Zartog is up there with Darth Vader and the Joker as one of the greatest villains in movies, and he was genuinely threatening and yet comical at the same time. The themes of belongingment and friendship this film had were touching themes that added to the film, and the character development of Camus and the fetus girl was beautiful. 10 out of 10.
She was beautiful.
Yeah,
Oh, the character development was good.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I love the fetus.
You're like, I love fetuses.
Yeah.
Feti.
You have a fetus fetish.
That's good.
That's terrible.
That's funny.
I mean, it is hilarious,
Yeah.
but it's also terrible.
It's not that
And so
bad.
that's going to end it this week. Lucas, are you recommending this movie?
I'm not real.
I don't think so,
Seth?
Brandon.
I think I said yes earlier. So
Okay.
I'm going to stick with that.
And I'm not. It's
Because
two no's and a yes, which means it's a no. Don't watch
Two
this
men
movie.
and a
Everyone, don't
Brandon.
watch this movie. Two men and a Brandon here.
Yeah. It's the new name of the podcast.
And that is
whatever he is.
That is it this week for the Space Sluts. Tune in next week as we dive into a action space film titled Moonfall and Ham.
Titled Ham.
Titled Moonfall from 2022. I read the plot and I was like, oh, that sounds terrible. And then I watched the trailer. I was like, that looked terrible. So I'm excited for it.
Getting recommended to me on YouTube.
Oh, great.
That's some guy that's like the most beautiful disaster of a shit ass movie I've ever seen. And I'm like, I'm so excited to get into it.
I know. It's going to be similar to like an Armageddon, an Armageddon.
Armageddon or Armageddon't.
Nice.
No.
And so with that, we are going to end it this week. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening.
Yep.
Thanks for letting us just be our idiot selves.
Yeah. Sorry again to Lucas for being rude earlier.
If any of you guys have families, I guess
tell
you
them.
should probably stop listening because, like you said, families don't listen to idiots like us.
Yep.
And with that, that's going to end it.
What is a crooner anyway? Will you answer it next week? The intro.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
The continuity is off the
Somebody
charts
who's
here.
binge listening.
Yeah, we should have the definition of a crooner be the intro.
That'd be good. Write that down. Write that down.
I know.
Because I just watched the Tim Robinson sketch of it where he's the driving crooner. You seen that?
One who croons.
Oh, where he has the
He's-
hat
yeah.
and the cigar?
He's driving his buddy home and he's got a sticker of a hat and a sticker of a cigar and he's like pretend to smoke it and making faces and he's like, man, I'm trying to make money off of this, but people want me dead for doing this. He's like, yeah, man, frats, they want to kill me.
It's funny.
It's funny.
All right, see you, pimps.
Later, pimp.
Later, homie. I am sorry for being